summer tours at the Vans headquarters in Costa Mesa, but now it's time for the Petros and Money virtual Chevy summer tour.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Petros and Money virtual Chevy summer tour. Brought to you by Chevy. Find new roads.
Welcome to the 5th Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour Virtual. Stop.
Here is Petros Papadakis and Matt Money Smith. Hang with us.
AM 570.
LA Sports.
We'll be right back.
Shoes speak louder than words. Orale.
Gong it out, Vic. It has officially begun. The 5th stop of the Petros and Money Chevy virtual summer tour is underway, and we will be here until 5:30 p.m. Thank you, all of you, for listening on AM 570 LA Sports. Thank you for listening on the iHeartRadio app, streaming the show live in the moment. But a very special thank you for all of yous, and we've got prizes to show our appreciation for logging on to either Facebook.com or YouTube.com, typing AM 570 LA Sports into that search bar, and watching the live stream of this event.
That's how you win. And just to prove it, just to prove that we're not messing around and we're willing to shoot hostages, hold up a sign, Matt. Do it. We're giving away 5 pairs right now. We're giving away 5 pairs right now, straight out of the gate, and away they go. 5 pairs right now, just to prove we ain't messing around with these hostages. They're flying out of the door.
Get me a Sharpie, Kate. Get me a Sharpie now.
866
Sharpie now.
987-2570. 866-987-2570. 570. 5 callers right now are getting the brand new PMS vans courtesy of Mr. Steve Van Doren, who you will hear from a little bit later in tonight's show. And you'll hear from Tony Hawk courtesy of Vans in our next hour. We're on the air all the way till 5:30, and then you'll have Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck. But right now, there it is, Matt.
Ready? Here it is.
Hold it up.
Here's the code. You can only see it on the YouTube or on the Facebook. There it is. Does it look good in the screen?
It looks perfect, Matt.
All right, there it is. 866-987-2575 pair.
And you can see on the stream in the bottom left corner is the brand new PMS high top Vans that we're giving away. 5 pairs flying right out the window right now.
Right now.
If you call with that keyword 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570. Now, we did request, because Kate's is only one guy and we got a lot of work.
Oh, here he is.
We
He's
did
in.
request a phone screener, and we got him.
Colin Yee is in.
Colin Yee is the guy you're going to be talking to, so you don't have Tim Cates to kick around anymore. Congratulations to Colin Yee. And that's not the only prize we have to give away today, Matt.
That's right. And
Not even
Kates,
close.
don't forget your cross-reference to start the show, by the way, in case you forgot the conversation we had earlier in the afternoon. We have got a whole host of prizes to give away, along with 20 pair of Vans that we'll be giving out throughout the course of the show. Started already. We have got the Sweet James Bergener prize pack.
That's right.
We've got the Chef Merito gift basket with the $100 cash card.
Yes.
We've got ourselves the $1,000 gift card to Barbecues Galore. Think of all the things, combinations, big-ticket items you could purchase with that to
Not
remake
just
your outdoor living experience.
A barbecue aisle.
What a barbecue store. We've got the 50-inch Westinghouse 4K HD Roku Smart TV.
Wow.
And just revealed to us earlier today by Tim Cates via text.
Crazy prize. Not only are we giving away about a dozen or so pairs of the new Vans, we just gave away 5.
Just like that.
So not only are we doing that, but we're also giving one lucky listener at some point today free Vans once a month for a year. A year of Vans. So a huge thank you to all of our sponsors, but especially the Spirit of Southern California. We'll get into that a little bit more as we move on. Vans and all of our great sponsors. This is the PMS Chevy Summer Tour.
Isn't this great?
You'll see in some of the promos, they gave me a new, it's not me as far as like my car, but me, I'm the one that drives it poorly, but they gave me a new truck, a brand new Chevy truck, and in some of the promos, right, Matt, you can see the new black on black, and I'm blackety black, and I'm black. Chevy truck that Chevy has bestowed upon me, and we're giving away a brand new truck at the end of the summer tour like we do every year. COVID's not going to stop us, and you can do it by just going online, am570lasports.com right now. If you haven't done it yet today, do it. am570lasports.com/Chevy. And we have many other sponsors that we like celebrating, like that sweet pit maneuver crew at Azusa Pacific University.
They've been graduating game changers since 1899. Sweet James Bergener going to join us at the back end of next hour, 800-500-5200, or visit sweetjames.com. I already mentioned that Barbecues Galore gift card. And, of course, like every day, we might as well mention them here. We'll be consuming some alcohol, and you better believe that our dear friends at the various spots that sponsor this show will most definitely be imbibed over the next 2.5 hours, as we would like all of you to join us and loosen it up a little bit.
Well, we got to, Matt. We got to loosen up. Not only do we have the quick liquor of Southern California, but we also have a Philippe's family pack.
Oh, that's right.
To give away, which is another fabulous reason to stay tuned and be with us. One unfortunate thing happened. Well, a couple of self-reports with some of our accoutrement here. Matt brought a great Steve Van Doren bobblehead in. Here's the self-report.
Self-report. Someone is filing a self-report.
First and foremost, I don't know if you got it from Weiss or you brought it from home.
No, I mentioned when I purchased a new skateboard for my daughter at the Van store in Long Beach.
You got that?
I got to pick 2 Steve Van Doren Vans family-related gifts. I got this super cool skate deck in the shape of a van shoe.
And that's Steve's face.
Got that right on there. Vans family Van Doren. Very cool.
Steve will be joining us at 3:45.
And I got a Steve Van Doren bobblehead that was still in the box.
Yeah.
And I decided to pull it out of the box
to display for
our
our
head while we were doing the promos.
And then Matt dropped it, and he broke Steve's head. And picking it up, he dropped it again, and he chipped Steve's nose off.
So is this the reveal? Are we supposed to show that it's
it's
a house of cards? The bobblehead's a house of cards, man, and it's going to come falling down. There it goes. And that's not it. I also, unfortunately, separated his body at the ankles. So, if... there it is. So, Mr. Van Doren, I'm sorry. The bobblehead was being saved for our Vans tour stop after we picked it up, and I blew it as soon as I opened the box.
More Grecian and ancient now than ever before.
And you know what? It's not the first time that we've had an issue with a bobblehead at a summer tour stop, as a matter of fact.
Want to tell that story?
Well, we go to Phantom Carriage there.
My brother-in-law used to be a brewer.
Wonderful spot.
At a place called Phantom Carriage in unincorporated Gardena.
Brandon Mebane came out to see us that day.
Jeannie Bus.
Place was packed. Jeannie Bus was there. We were imbibing in sours.
Somebody gave me the Hannah the Hula Girl bobblehead. I didn't know what it was.
Nobody told us what it was.
I thought
they
Hannah
gave
the
us
Hula
a
Girl
bobblehead
from Arco was a person. Like a literal hula girl that was going to come and be there and give people
maybe because there were attractive females in grass skirts and coconut bras that we assumed that was Hannah.
And I thought she was going to give people Arco cards and stuff like that. Well, the hula girl actually turned out to be a bobblehead, which I accidentally gave to a very drunk listener who accidentally broke it. And Dave Weiss came up to me all mad and told me it was worth $2,500 and I made a huge mistake. And that was right in the middle of the show. And then I got just about as angry as I've ever gotten working here before, and kicked Dave out of the venue. And
it was a Bowden Sturba design, one of 3 that was reportedly worth $2,500. Right. And by the way, was simply placed on the desk where we were doing the show from. Nobody alerted us to it, which is what Dave Weiss did last hour, upsetting us.
My answer always, if somebody asks me, "Hey, can I have this?" is
yes.
Yeah, take it. So, that's the way we are. That's why we're giving away all this stuff today. So that was very unfortunate. It is in the past. I don't know how much the Van Doren bobblehead is worth. I don't know. I still doubt that Hannah the Hula Girl was worth $2,500, and I certainly didn't pay the bill.
Dave was extremely upset, and he behaved irrationally.
Well, I was extremely upset, man. I kicked him out of the venue and Ubered home in a drunken rage.
I ended up staying.
Yeah, I know you hung out, but I was so
I drank
angry.
Far too much with your brother-in-law.
I had to get out, Matt.
You had to.
I was too angry. I was too angry for being called out for a stupid bobblehead when we have this place full and everybody's enjoying it, and I'm getting called out for We love Hannah the Hula Girl in Arco.
We love Steve Van Doren and
top-tier gas,
apologies.
Matt. That's what they got at Arco.
They do. Top-tier gas for less, by the way, and that's a trademark, and that is only given to fuels that will help maximize your fuel economy and keep your engine clean, and that's why they have
Matt
that designation.
Did that to Steve
I did
Van Doren.
that, Mr.
Matt
Van
did
Doren.
that. I did
Great
this to you like Mr. Big. Talking to R. Kelly. I did this to you. It was me, Mr. Big.
My apologies.
Well, look,
But hey, we got the board, we got the great-looking vans, we got all the shoe boxes, we've got a surfboard that belongs to Kiss FM that, for whatever reason, has found its way in here, an umbrella, a towel, and we've got the next 2 hours to enjoy each other.
A whole set of crap.
It's gonna be a hell of a day.
It's gonna be hard and cumbersome to get through all the crap that we have up here, but it's here to represent Vans and some other miscellaneous sponsors that we will talk about throughout the day. But right now, let's do the open, the top story, or whatever you want to call it.
Top story of the day.
Today, because Mr. Van Doren asked for it, we're going to have a Fast Times at Ridgemount High theme. And today, we celebrate the greatness and the dominance of Vans, despite the broken bobblehead.
Looking pretty good right now. It's holding up.
You saw how delicate.
Just don't move it. Don't breathe on it.
The giant in our life that we are talking about, and not the bobblehead version, the actual man, is Steve Van Doren, Mr. Vans, who we will hear from around 3:45
coming up
on the Zoom. But since we have a Spicoli Fast Times theme, Matt, and the checkerboard Vans really is the impetus behind
Bang it against your head, man.
everything in Vans. We'll get to that. And the checkerboard is really what brought them into global dominance in the world of shoes. And I thought that we could get the straight story from Mr. Van Doren of how it all came about with Sean Penn, 1982, Fast Times at Ridgemount High, that Van Nuys Wolves games that Forrest Whitaker freaks out. And we'll give you the iconic scene that set the world on fire with the Vans box in Spicoli's lap and the bong on the shelf like Elf on a shelf, and Eric Stoltz sitting on his toilet at home talking about he's going to get high pretty soon. It's going to come on pretty soon. So here is Jeff Spicoli in the Cameron Crowe epic Fast Times at Ridgemount High with the Vans on his lap. And this was the moment that Vans became far beyond a Southern California phenomenon. Please, Tim.
Oh, you should be coming on pretty soon, dude. How much do you smoke?
This will be a little demonstration of that. Listen up. That was my skull. I'm so wasted.
Now, we do not want you to do that. We don't want you to, well, you smoke the weed if you need to. I mean, it's legal now.
Like bang the shoe against your head.
We don't want you to bang the shoe against your head.
I mean,
we don't want,
it's a very comfortable shoe.
Just saying, do whatever you have to, but don't blame us for it. There's already a lot of liability with the PMS social distancing listener watch party. And we asked him before, not Sean Penn, he's never been on the show. We asked him before, but we needed La Historia de Vans and their dominance over the world of cool shoes that really has become what defines our Southern California lifestyle. Even before we talk with him later in the show, he sent this, Mr. Van Doren, by request to Matt and myself this morning when I asked Mr. Van Doren to tell us what is the real story behind the checkerboard Vans and Sean Penn and Fast Times at Ridgemount High in 1982. Here's the history from the man himself.
All right, Petros, so the Spicolis, 1981 late and stuff, and we were noticing kids drawing the bottom of their shoe. They'd take the white rubber and draw a line around the whole shoe, and then they would put horizontal lines and then color them in checkerboard. So we made rubber and checkerboard. And then we noticed from there, they started going up to the canvas and coloring in the shoes, their white shoes, making checkerboard themselves. We then came out with checkerboard fabric. So we decided, okay, we're going to make a shoe. We'll put it out there, slip on. Style, we called it Style 98 in those days. And we put them into our stores. And I learned from our PR lady, her name was Betty Mitchell. About 6 years ago, she passed away at 92, but she told me the story because I always thought that she took the shoes and brought them right to Sony Pictures at Universal and gave them shoes. And that wasn't the case. Betty clarified it with me. She says, no, she was in the store in Santa Monica, and Sean had gone into the store and saw the new shoe and bought a pair. The next day, the picture, Universal Studios, Sony Pictures, had called up our office. We gave it to Betty, and they said, hey, we want to get some more of these checkerboard shoes. One of our actors had a pair on. So Betty brought up 24 pairs of shoes up to the studio. And the rest from there is history. Sean Penn, which is Spicoli, came up, hit himself over the head, and
Don't do it.
Our shoe box was there, and there was the checkerboard shoe, and that was the first time we really started to really grow as a company around the country, but also globally. People kept calling in wanting to get them. And about every 3 or 4 years since then, again, it's almost 37 years or something, we have a resurgence of checkerboard around the world. We actually have a Vans Checkerboard Day last year. It's November 21st, first day of winter, is official checkerboard day around the world. We donated $1 million to a great cause of young children and stuff. And we will be doing some donation every year on Checkerboard Day. But funny story, Dogtown and the Z-Boys came out something like 16 years ago, where Sean Penn was the narrator for Stacy Peralta's documentary on skateboarding for Tony Alva. And I got to meet Sean for the first time. And I actually thanked him for making my life so much better because of his part that he late Spicoli and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. A lot of people since then. It really fit the Vans brand. Again, the skaters adopted us in the early 70s, and surfers, skateboarders, radical dudes adopted us after the checkerboard all the way through 2000, 2012.
And Simpson, stick to my story.
Awesome.
That is the real history of the Vans checkerboard, and Spicoli and Fast Times and Tony Alva and Dogtown and Z-Boys and Stacy Peralta. And we will talk to Steve later about more current Vans and the future. But one of the great things, Matt, is we've made our own history. You know, not 28 years, but we've made our own history with Vans. We've had 5 different versions of these shoes, some of which are displayed so beautifully. I mean, Dave Weiss could have been Andrew McCarthy
You ain't kidding.
in Mannequin.
This was
with the way
this was
he's
version
done this.
1, right here.
Yeah.
The checkerboard Petros and Money logo back. This was number 2, the Petros and Money high top, and 3 I believe is missing. But here was number 4. Actually, no, this was 3. And 4 is missing, which was all of the sayings and the animated Petros and Money last year. So this will be installment number 5 this year.
And today we will be firing off those installment number 5 shoes, Matt, for the people. The new edition during our breaks on YouTube and Facebook. And Matt, we've had epic shows at Vans headquarters in the parking lot with a double-decker stage, Polynesian reggae music, a half pipe, and the opportunity, particularly for Matt Smith, to interview the skate heroes of the sport and the fathers of the sport. Steve Caballero, R.I.P. to Jeff Grosso.
Yeah, one of our favorites. Christian Hosoi. All of them have made their way out. It really has been. What Steve Van Doren has done for us on the summer tour cannot be quantified. It has been a very special relationship, and it continues today, and we're damn excited. And look, it's him and it's Tony Hawk. That's all he did, was just deliver the biggest name in the history of the sport for us today.
Tony Hawk in the next hour, just like you said, and it's all because we know Steve Van Doren, and he's such a generous soul, and we are very grateful. And like Matt said, we just can't quantify the relationship, and he's given us the opportunity also to drive a shoe.
Yes, that's exactly right.
And we took that opportunity, and we drove with it. And what's the coolest is what he gives to our listeners, who are already festooned with prizes weekly on the Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour. So a big thank you to Vans. That's a little bit of the history of the Spicolis.
I've got to do it. Dave Wee's going to be so pissed.
Don't do it, man.
Somebody requested it.
Matt,
I think it's kind of
what if he put an anvil in one of those and you break your foot?
I should do it.
You know what? We'll find out. Stay with us. What are we giving away here? The Philippe's Prize Pack? Philippe's Prize Pack. So stay with us on YouTube or Facebook.
And maybe we'll honor that request on YouTube. That's so obvious because that is not a stable stack of shoeboxes there. I don't know if you want to do it with a high kick, a straight punch. We'll be right back with a top story of the day. Steve Van Doren, Tony Hawk, a whole host more. Log on to YouTube and Facebook right now. Get the live stream because we're giving away prizes, a Philippe's Prize Pack right here in this commercial break.
3. Hang with us.
AM 570.
LA Sports.
We'll be right back.
And we're back. And we're back on the YouTube. We're back on the Facebook. Thank you all for logging on, for tuning in. It has been wildly successful over the first 4. This is the 5th installment. And every time we go to commercial break, we're going to have something to give away. P just did the Philippe's Flip Top Story / Top Story Vans and what they've done for us. Some history there on Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And that's kind of where our prize pack is involved here for this particular segment.
Perry Mason just got finished, and they referenced Philippe's twice on that show. You can't tell me the writer of Perry Mason on HBO didn't listen to the Petros and Money show. He must. The Petros and Money prize.
Clearly.
The Philippe's Family Pack, which is great. You can pick it up right now. Give us a call at 866-987-2570, and we'll say purple egg is the key word. Purple egg. For those of you that are blind, I'm saying it. Purple egg. Give
Purple
Colin
egg.
Yee a call. Colin Yee in the other room actually functioning. Purple egg at 866-987-2570. 570, and you will win the Philippe's Family Pack. Hey, can we give away another pair of shoes, like just for the hell of it?
How many we got? Well, we want to give away some
early?
while Steve Van Doren's with us, right?
But we wait too long usually. We don't give away anything like some miserly bitches.
How many we got to give away
then
total?
At the end, we have to give it all
we
away
have this.
at the end.
What do we got?
Don't do it, Matt. Don't.
That's what we got at the end.
Oh, now you nicked JoJo's board, man. Man, you nicked JoJo's freaking board, man.
I had to leave my driver's license upstairs to sign that goddamn thing out.
Burkhart cheats. Burkhart cheats.
Hey,
How long
we're
are
of the
these?
single fin mentality
No, dude,
around here, man.
After 3 minutes. Why can't it be 2 minutes?
That's a fair point.
You know,
Why does it have to be
We
3?
don't need to do 3 minutes. There's plenty of stuff that they put together over the week in the stream. Vic's Haiku, the stuff with the new truck, stuff with Matt and I on our shoes. All we have here is destruction.
That's it. You know what we have left? You're absolutely right. We got Series 3. We got here. Or Series 3. That's what we got. You're absolutely right.
You're blowing your wad early, Matt. You already ruined our set. That's like the Who breaking their guitar after the first song. The hell are we going to do after that?
Not even. It's like it's the guitar tech doing the guitars and blowing it up.
Kick over the bass drum before we even get the first song done. Son of a bitch.
I've ruined it all.
Yeah, I mean, look.
If it was only 2 minutes, it would have never happened.
JoJo's going to come down here and is going to be like, you nicked my effing board, man.
Ding repair. That's it.
Hang with us.
AM 570.
LA Sports.
We'll be right back.
My Vans Haiku is coming up next. Come on now.
My brand new Chevrolet Silverado. Strong for all the roads ahead. Log on to am570lasports.com now.
This is Petros and Money.
Once you've been to hell and back, there's not much left to fear. When the boogeyman goes to sleep at night, he checks under his bed for me. Have you ever wondered who Waldo's hiding from? Me. Not even the Cougars of LA are enough to scare me. But if I get into an accident, I'm calling the boss. Sweet James. If you've been hurt, don't back down. Call Sweet James.
Don't I look kind of portly in this? Like, that's not cool, right? Look how paunchy I am.
From a secret off-site location, possibly in the Far East, possibly in Whittier, this is Vic the Brick Jacobs on the Petros and Money Virtual Chevy Summer Tour.
Petros and Money's Summer Chevy Tour number 5, y'all. And it's all about vans. And it's all about the haiku for Steve Van Doren. The tempo bell gongs out. The coolest kicks in America. Vans. Steve Van Doren Dynasty. Built on love, passion, et corazon. The 5th edition of the Petros and Money Summer Vans Tour shoe. It's out. How about the Warped Tour? Talking surfboards, talking skateboards. Skate and surf, the essence in one sneaker. That's what it's all about. Steve Van Doren. His footprint is omnipotent from Costa Mesa to Costa Amalfitano, forging that Southern Cali culture, y'all. Oh yeah, Vans and Steve Van Doren. I'm telling you, this is Southern California at its hippest, at its most beautiful. And I leave you with this. Feeling you. And now back to our Burbank studios and the Petros and Money show, y'all.
Live from the AM 570 LA Sports Studios in Burbank, this is Petros and Money. Hang with us.
AM 570.
LA Sports.
We'll be right back.
to Sandro.
Yeah, Sandro.
From the 909. He won the Philippe's family pack from Philippe's on Alameda and Ord. Philippe since 1908. Casey from the 949 is our first victor when it comes to the PMS Series 5 Vans.
Oh, Sandra.
What's wrong with Sandro?
Chabanche. Congratulations, Sandra.
Hey, I thought it was a dude. Listen, it's a female listener, and we need that demographic. It's Sandra. Get it right.
Let them know it's okay. It's not a sausage party. We got ladies listening. Come on, sell it.
Casey could be a girl. Casey could be a girl from the 949 who won the Van shoes. Congratulations to Casey, and thank you.
Our boss. We are the only radio show in America where our boss actively tries to sabotage us. In the middle of segments, he heckles us.
It's Sandra.
Listen. Hey, idiot. It's a female.
She might not even be Hispanic. Listen, we just gave away a bunch of stuff. We will continue to do it on YouTube and or Facebook. That's
Get on there.
Where you win. And we still have a $1,000 gift card from Barbecues Galore, 50-inch Westinghouse TV. The brand new PMS Vans are flying out the window. We're going to give away the Steve Van Doren beat-up bobblehead.
Get on the camera, boss. Come here. Come over here real quick.
We're going to give away JoJo's surfboard.
Well, because I dinged the hell out of it, too.
Yeah, we're giving it away.
Just
we're
come on, get on the
JoJo's
camera.
surfboard.
People get to hear your voice. They
this
don't often
is Don
get to see
Martin,
you.
ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
You can see what
Look at
Don
this.
Martin looks like.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
That's right. Look at me.
Hey guys, it's not LA
You don't want to go anywhere.
traffic.
Listen, it's not LA traffic.
It's
but
Denver.
It's being Denver traffic.
It is Denver.
That's right.
Stay with us on YouTube and Facebook, but right now it's time for the top story of the day. Yes, you do.
Little bit.
Top story of the day.
Top story of the day, P. A couple news and notes from around the league. That's what we're doing here. A couple news and notes from around the NFL.
Well, Matt is the voice of the Chargers, and we do have a lot of Chargers love. In fact, we had Joey Bosa, I believe, on our very last PMS Chevy Summer Tour.
Via Zoom call.
And it was great.
It was enlightening, and we got to share some things before the folks at Hard Knocks were able to, because they got to compile stuff over the course of a week and then present it on a Tuesday, and we had that S on Friday, man.
That's right, and we have Tony Hawk this Friday, this Frogman Friday in the very next hour.
How about that?
Foosball.
Foosball last week. Frogman Friday today. Tony Hawk, arguably the most important individual in the history of a sport, to his sport. He will be joining us right around 4:20 p.m. News and notes, we start in Kansas City. Because
everything's up to date in Kansas City, Matt. You know, they've gone about as far as they can go.
It affects both teams that we like to focus on here. Tim Cates, of course, host of the Raiders pre- and halftime. Me as the voice of the Chargers. The Chiefs are atop the AFC West. They are Super Bowl champs. And damn you, Pat Mahomes. They are doing what I believe is cap gymnastics. I believe something you like to call...
Are they on the funnel horse?
They are on the funnel horse. They are flexing their triceps on that funnel horse.
There's only two places that a male gymnast looks like a real stud, because it certainly isn't standing next to another man in a real place.
Because he's about 5'2".
Probably about 4 foot, yeah.
Shaped like a rectangle.
But when you're on the funnel horse, fondling it around, that's what
right?
they call it.
The fondle horse.
And you're flapping it all around, and your legs are going, and your tries are like, ah! You know? And then the other one, when you're on the iron cross, when you're on the rings, and you do the iron cross, and you're like, ah! And everybody's looking at you like you're Jesus on the cross in the middle of the gym, and you're up there like, ah! Those are the kinds of cap gymnastics you're saying that the Chiefs are doing, Matt.
That's what they're doing.
Strength
and damn you,
speed and power.
Speed and power. Freaking Pat Mahomes set the tone, and this is painful for the Chargers, for the Raiders, because teams break up. There's a reason why the NFL is so compelling, because there are no dynasties. You win a Super Bowl, next thing you know, five of your guys are signing giant free agent contracts all over the league.
I never thought Richard Sherman would ever be in anything but Seattle highlighter.
Look at him now. In a rival. San Francisco, no less.
That's like when Dion became a Cowboy, right?
The cap might... No, when Dion was a Redskin.
Whew.
You talk about peak Dion. Those
big-ass shirt.
Those shoulder pads and that giant jersey never looked so good.
Hanging-ass sleeves, just returning punts like this.
The cap may go down next year. As a matter of fact, it's likely to go down. It's just a question of how much. The Chiefs say no big deal. Hey, Pat Mahomes, here's $500 million, as in 10 years, $450 million. And of that $450 million, he got just over 2% of that at signing. Nothing. Peanuts. $10 million. And on top of that, he let him put most of it in salary. And on top of that, he let him backload the hell out of it. He's got to wait till 2027 before he takes a serious monster chunk out of that contract. He'll be
But it's guaranteed.
Guaranteed over $100 million of it. But
so they got a real number crunching dude to make it look real good.
Exactly right.
And the Chiefs are going to be up top for a long time.
Pat, in 2027, we're going to give you a salary of $60 million. Sure you will. I would imagine that contract won't be renegotiated by then. But because he has the $127 million guaranteed, what the hell? Sign and let them figure it out however they want. But a lot of people pointed out, hey, Pat Mahomes took a team-friendly deal. And that's not thinking about the other guys in the NFL.
Like
that's
Tom Brady? That's what people used to say about Brady?
They used to say, look, man, you want to celebrate him, but he's screwing everybody else because he doesn't reset the market, and he's not helping out the little guys that are trying to get more money out of these owner pockets. But Pat Mahomes said, I don't want to leave. I want to stay here. I want Andy Reid to stay here. I want all these guys around me to stay here, and I want to win a bunch of championships.
He's still on the honeymoon phase like Tom Brady was.
Exactly. Before he started recommending things to Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick, and they would say, like, that's a great idea, Tom. And then he would never hear about it again. Upset him so much he found himself in Tampa.
That's
now.
Before they locked his stretch guy out of the building.
You ain't kidding. Remember when there was no way Chris Jones was coming back after the $500 million? Scratched out to Pat Mahomes, the second most disrupted defensive tackle in the league behind Aaron Donald. Yep, they got him for $80 million. Nothing guaranteed, no signing bonus.
The Chiefs, huh, Matt?
Sammy Watkins threatened to retire. All they did was sign him to a one-year deal for $7 million, more than 50% of a discount from what his previous year's salary
but Matt,
was.
I know for a fact that Sammy Watkins still wants to be an LA Ram. He doesn't care that he just won a title. He doesn't care that they're paying him. He's
I forgot
still
they
pissed.
traded a first-round pick for Sammy Watkins.
He's still
to be an
pissed
LA
he's
Ram.
not an LA Ram.
Just yesterday, they did it again. George Kittle reset the tight end market to $15 million a year, a considerable bump ahead of the Chargers' Hunter Henry's $11 million salary this year on the franchise tag that was the highest tight end per season salary in 2020. And all the most really productive tight end from a pass-catching standpoint of the last half-decade did in Travis Kelce, just winning a Super Bowl.
Oh, man, from The Bachelor? Or, the Date Travis Kelce show?
Oh, yeah, had his own.
Oh, that guy.
And he can dance.
He's a slinger.
And he's crazy. He's wacky. He's funny, man.
He can't block a soul.
He cannot. But he can catch a bunch of passes against the Texans and erase a 28-0 lead in
I'll take
a quarter.
George Kittle. I'll take George Kittle.
All day. But Kelce took a deal that was $20 million less. Team-friendly. No signing bonus. Nothing.
God,
Just
over there, they really love
salary.
each other. You know, remember when the Detroit Pistons were like this? When they had Ben Wallace and they had Chauncey Billups and the Phantom of the Palace, Rip Hamilton, and they were like, hey, we don't have the problems the rest of you people have. We love each other.
Spread it out.
We keep it going, us and Larry Brown, and they won a title and played for another one, and they really were different as far as their relationship with each other.
And these guys are all locked up for the next 5 years. Dominant football players, some of them the best at their position.
Well, what does this mean for the Chargers, Matt? What does it mean for Los Raiders? What does it mean for Cates, and what does it mean for you?
It means a hell of a steep hill to climb because of cap gymnastics.
It's a raggy road. The road is so rough.
Speaking of those Raiders, P, news and notes from around the league.
What do you got? Some more Derek Carr?
Yeah. You get to choose your beat writer and get your state of the quarterback position. We start with Case Kiefer. What a great name, by the way. Hey, who's on the Raiders beat at the Las Vegas Sun? Case Kiefer. The Keef. Big, bold, inside his
Case Kiefer?
5 notes from Thursday's practice.
Wait, Case Kiefer is the name?
The name of the beat writer is Case Kiefer. The old Kiefer.
Case was also the name of the winner who won the...
Not Casey. Case. Get it right.
Now, Keef is that crystallized stuff they put on top of your weed if you really want to get like high school high. Kiefer is the name of a very, very prominent local drunk named Kiefer Sutherland who used to act.
Clocks in at about 5'1"
and about $110.
And smokes.
Matt, you outweigh Kiefer
by 50 pounds.
40 pounds, and you don't outweigh anybody by 40. I mean, it is
fair.
amazing.
Case Kiefer, Las Vegas Sun
This
writes.
is the name, not Case Keenum.
No, Case Kiefer. The headline reads, no quarterback controversy. And now I will quote from Case Kiefer's column.
Raider beat writer.
Of the three quarterbacks, Carr was noticeably the crispest and most in control at practice.
He has the most crispness, according to Case Kiefer.
I had never heard a quarterback described as the crispest
I have,
of the bunch.
I have,
Okay.
but I'm not going to hear it from Case Kiefer.
He was the crispest.
I would need to hear that from somebody who's like, maybe a football analyst.
Okay.
Because I don't know if Case Kiefer really knows what he's looking at.
Case continues, he did not miss a target all morning. Mariota was off on a couple occasions, but had his moments, including a rope 30 yards downfield while on the run out of the pocket during a pass rushing drill. Las Vegas may have two starting caliber quarterbacks, but it's clear who's sitting at number one and who's sitting at number two on the depth chart.
Kiefer is also a yogurt-like probiotic drink that people enjoy, according to my wife. And I do remember that. It's true.
Quickly.
My wife!
Vic, how do I say it? Kate's Taffer? Tafer. Vic Tafer of The Athletic.
Tafer? I don't even know her.
Vic Tafer quotes John Gruden's Zoom media session, highlighting Gruden's appreciation for the number two guy. Quote from Gruden's mouth. Mariota really fired me up today. He's turned a corner with his ankle, and he's a dazzling playmaker. He had a very nice day, is what Tafer decided to post.
Well, that says it all.
So,
I mean, I don't know. I don't know where to turn.
You want to go with a Keefe?
I don't know.
Or you want to go with a Tafe?
Man, I'm more confused than ever about
contradicting opinions over who's in the lead to be the starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders when the season starts on September 13th.
Let's be fair. Tafer didn't say anything about who was in the lead.
He did not.
But
he just quoted John.
Kiefer did.
Kiefer took that initiative to say this is the pecking order of the quarterback position.
And whether you Tafer or you Kiefer, I didn't even know her. We'll be right back with more PMS. We're going to give away. What are we giving away at this break? If you're on YouTube or Facebook and you're watching, what are we giving away this break, Kate?
50-inch Westinghouse Roku HD TV.
What? We're giving away the TV right now?
Yep.
Hey, now. Get over to youtube.com or facebook.com. Type AM570 LA Sports into the search bar.
Does that mean we deem the free shoes every month for a year from Vans?
I mean, we still got 2 hours left in this thing.
As a bigger prize than the TV?
They're all great prizes, guys.
So this hour, the big prize, Westinghouse. Next hour, the barbecues galore. Final segment, we'll do the Vans for a year. All right.
Yeah.
You better get over there now. YouTube.com, Facebook.com, AM570 LA Sports in the search bar. Click on the link for the virtual stream, and we're going to give you that keyword in the commercial
The TV
break.
right now.
Right now, 50-inch TV given away.
It's great. Hang with us.
AM570
LA Sports.
We'll be right back.
All right. The Westinghouse HD TV, the 50-incher.
I dinged the board.
Where?
Right here. I dinged it hard.
Matt.
Can you zoom in on that?
That's a problem. I mean, for those of you guys, Matt's a big surfer, and I know surfing enough to know that's a big deal.
That's going to have to be ding repair.
We're going to have to get that down to some guy that doesn't care about exposing his body to cancerous things and make that, that's what happens when you build surfboards. You're really susceptible to cancer. Yeah, the shape. And some guy is going to put himself at risk to fix freaking JoJo's board, which has never tasted any salt water on its tongue. That is pathetic.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Three skags.
No wax whatsoever. It's never been ridden. But, yeah, that's a pretty gnarly game. So, my bad. Hey, you fucked up. You told them they should trust us. Oh, wow. Did I do that, too? That would be really bad.
Yes, you did, dude. It hit the thing.
Wow. I really
I told you not to do that, but you had to have your angry fury.
No, I don't think I did that.
You did it, Matt. Oh, yeah. How are you going to prove you didn't? Because there's a freaking video of you kicking the thing over.
Don't fucking tell anybody.
Everybody saw it.
No, they didn't.
I can tell you right now.
I don't know what you're talking about. That thing's not even going to be published until the 8th tour stop, and everyone will have forgotten.
Do you know what's great? That board, the second you start paddling out on that board, because it's a Kiss FM board, it starts singing, I'm addicted to you because you know that you're toxic. Or you're going to drop that, Ronnie? I'm sorry. I shouldn't. The key word is toxic.
Toxic.
Toxic. The key word is
Toxic.
Yes, toxic. And you will win the 50-inch Westinghouse HD Roku TV. And look, just be glad you're not Matt Smith, because this guy's in a world of fucking hurt.
Our friend George Lee brings up a great point. Just take it to Turtle. Turtle will fix it, bro.
Nobody listens to Turtle.
Turtle will fix it.
Well, that's the thing, but he's going to fix it at Chandler's shop.
On the North Show, we treat our friends more better.
Yeah, that's
Later,
true.
Brah.
Hey, you took his stuff, you pound him.
Toxic.
When JoJo comes down here and tries to fight me, and Matt's like, hit him, I'm going to be like, you fucked up his board, man. You pound him. The best thing to do with a surfboard is just like anything. Act like it's your dick. Yeah! Yeah!
Ready? Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Ready?
Yeah! Polish that up. Yeah!
See what you get, Kate?
Hey, Kate.
When you want 3
Kate.
minutes, that's what you get, Kate. Oh, God, no.
You don't want to go anywhere. Coming up, I'm giving away a pair of Petros and Money Vans. Plus, I'll give you the latest on the Dodgers and Angels starting the Freeway Series tonight. Don't go anywhere.
It's Vans Trivia Time, brought to you by Azusa Pacific University, graduating game changers since 1899.
Coming up next, the man himself.
Steve Van Doren going to join us. Check it out on the Zoom call as we continue to give away all those pair of signature vans for our 5th stop of the Chevy Virtual Summer Tour and our 5th installment of said signature vans, courtesy of the man who will join us next.
I did because you gave. I grew because you sowed. I created. I played. I taught. I climbed. I found Christ because I saw him reflected in you.
Catch every game on your home of the Dodgers.
AM 570 LA Sports.
What happened in the early days is the Van shoe started off in 1966. The classic, authentic, they call it Style 44, was maybe $4.49. So when Tony's era came around, maybe 8 years later, 74, 5, 6, the shoes might have been $8. And Tony and Stacy and Jerry Valdez and Brad Bowman, all these guys would come into our stores up in Santa Monica in the Valley, and if they skated and wore out the left foot, because that's where they were tearing up, the tricks that they were doing at the time, they could come in and just buy a left foot, and it would cost them $4.
This is the Vassay Report, featuring Dodger insider David Vassay virtually from Dodger Stadium with a selfie stick.
Tonight's the night. Angels and Dodgers Freeway Series for the first time in 2020, and for the first time ever, Mike Trout for the Angels and Mookie Betts for the Dodgers on the same field in the same game. This is Major League Baseball's version of Kawhi versus LeBron. Two of the best players, maybe the two best players in their sport, playing in a crosstown rivalry. This should be exciting out there in Anaheim. And right now, it's even more exciting for you because I'm giving away a pair of Petros and Money Vans. 866-987-2570. Now back to the tour stop. Enjoy Petros and Money.
The nice thing about attending a virtual summer tour
This is completely different group of players.
is that when David Vassay comes up,
that just shows you kind of the small town.
you can mute him.
Ah!
Now, back to Petros Papadakis and Mad Money Smith. Hang with us.
AM 570.
LA Sports.
We'll be right back.
Same outfit on.
Perfect. Somebody's got a big dick in their mouth.
I think it worked. Perfect. This isn't by logic. My good camera is on the Bergener, and my good mic is on.
Steak face, where's the audio?
And just an unbelievable privilege to be involved with such a great company and such a generous soul and family man. And we're talking about his whole company, Steve Van Doren, our hero, joining us right now on the Chevy Silverado Celebrity Hotline. Hi, Steve, and welcome to the show. How are you?
Well, doing great. Thank you during these times, but an honor to be on the show and join in another, summer tour. I mean, this is the exciting part. We're going to be doing it virtually versus having 1,000 people at our office. But, hey, there's always next year, the year after, and we can have everybody back down there or one of our skate parks in the future and stuff and get to barbecue up with barbecues galore and get those burgers flying and all the great people that you guys have brought out the last couple of years when it was the Vans Tour Day.
It can't be easy for a guy like you in these times because nobody loves people more. Nobody reaches out to young and old more than you. You love to feed people and barbecue and be around just think about the Warped Tour. But you can still touch people with the company. It's an amazing brand that people just really, really, really relate to.
I was doing a little quick list here, and I says, okay, the Vans U.S. Open would have been last week, gone. All the spring events, gone. The summer events, gone. The Olympics, gone. Where skateboarding and surfing were going to be in the first Olympics, gone for the year. The Vans Triple Crown of Surfing in Hawaii, not going to happen this year. So a lot of things have been taken that way, but, everybody you can see in every sport as we hear right now, what are they going to be doing in college football? Well, we've been going through all that. I myself have tried to keep myself busy. My poor wife of 44 years have put up with me. I've never been home for 4.5 or 5 months of my life. And, getting to travel the world and taking guys like Alva and Asoy and Caballero and Ray Barbie and all of these great athletes around the world and sharing them. We've all had to stay home. But Zoom City, I've had a Zoom call a week ago. There were 714 people from our office that were on, so it was pretty fun. So my sister's the vice president of human resources, so she's all the rules and regulations. I'm kind of the pirate pushing the edges. So I talked our way into having 10 of our athletes meet me at our skate park because it's been closed over in Huntington Beach, and had them come out and skateboard for a couple hours, and we filmed them, and they said hello to all of our people, and that was part of my Zoom, is having them come out there healthy, staying away from each other, but have masks on when they're not skating, and got to say hello to everybody. It was kind of a really cool little Zoom thing that we did for all of our employees from our office and stuff. But it's, it's quarantine time, but been learning a lot about diversity and, Black Lives Matter, and getting to see and read some books and see some movies and trying to become a better person. That's not what it's all about. The first couple months were the toughest because I really was fidgety. It's like somebody nailed my left foot to the ground. I just kept going in circles. So I reached out to volunteers and actually reached out to over 160 places, my team, Pete, Bob, myself, and we gave away 25,000 pair of shoes to people in food banks, people, that were helping the fire departments, people that were volunteering. They were volunteering with the, health issue of them going out, but also not getting paid and helping people. I thought that was the best way that we could help out. And we found all of these different places, all 50 states, and we were able to send them out and with our bandanas, and made some masks for them at the time. And we were helping lots of different companies by sending out bandanas where they'd make them into masks. But keeping yourself busy there. And our great marketing and product team came up a way with Foot the Bill, where we actually had 160 different customers between artists, musicians, and restaurants, as well as core skate shops, where they could give us their logo. We made shoes, put them online, sold them, and a lot of the proceeds went back to them. We passed on almost $1 million to people that couldn't work, couldn't get their stores open, couldn't do art or music. And it was a really great way for us to interact with people and try to help them out during the pandemic time.
A lot of names that you mentioned in there that we recognize from past summer tour stops, Cab, Hosoi. And speaking of which, you said 25,000 pairs. Well, how about we give away 5 pair right now? We'll hold up the keyword. Yeah. We'll hold up the keyword right now to the there you go. Let's do our friend Christian. There you go. That'll be the keyword. So for those of you watching the stream on YouTube and Facebook, call 866-987-2570. First 5 to mention our phrase there is going to get the shoes. But you mentioned a new name that we had not heard before, Ray Barbie. And in terms of, and one of the all-time great skaters, did it with Powell for a long time, one of my favorite skaters to watch. About your skaters and your surfers and the guys that you work with, what have they told you? How are they, not necessarily staying sharp, but you mentioned feeling like you have your foot nailed to the floor. I would assume it's times 10 for them. What have they been up to?
Well, I know for one thing, like Tony Alva, when they weren't letting people go to the beach and surf, and he loves surfing. He probably surfs 6 days a week and skates 1 or 2 days a week. So Tony snuck off to Big Sur. Him and his girlfriend have a little place up there, and he snuck down to the beach that nobody was there and surfed. So Tony found his way. But I've seen, between Christian and his boys, a lot of people, in the early days when there was no parks open, they, climb fences like the old days in the 70s and 80s, jump fences, found an empty pool, found a place to go skate and stuff. Steve Caballero and stuff, a lot of things in San Diego have opened up. He used to be from the Bay Area for like 50 years, and now he's down in Carlsbad. And Tony Hawk has a private warehouse that has a giant ramp in it. And Tony, about 2 months ago, did a live feed from there for trying to raise money for a lot of the vert skaters that weren't able to, go and compete or do anything. So I snuck down there one day and watched that for an hour, which was great. Had a little bit of envelopes passed on each one of them to thank him for, doing that. But Tony's got a big heart. And by the way, what's happened the last 5 or 6 months is in the early days in the 80s, Tony Hawk was always wearing Vans. And then we just brought him back onto our team maybe 6 months ago. And, he's a fantastic person, great individual, fits the Vans, vibe and what we're all about and stuff, being good people out there and caring about skateboarding. Nobody cares more about skateboarding than himself and myself and lots and lots of skaters around the world.
Well, we love you so much, Mr. Van Doren. We're so grateful for everything that you've given and done for our show and our listeners, especially making all these great shoes. Not to mention, like you said, the fabulous events we've had at the headquarters down in Costa Mesa. You are a river to your people if you're inside or outside the house. God bless you, and thanks for doing this.
I met a new friend that's kind of connected to you. His name's Antonio, a gentleman by the name of Mike. Antonio's family is part of the original family from Modelo. And so So we got some good contacts down there. They're building great facilities down in Cabo, a professional tennis center, soccer area, but they want us to help us design for them to make the biggest, best skate park in the world on their campuses and stuff. So, hey, 2021, we might have to do a remote down there from Cabo.
Yeah.
What do you think, you know?
Heck yeah. It's the first families of the Petros and Money Show. The Modelo family, the Vans family. Pretty freaking great epic event there.
Usually it's hard to get me to go places, but I'll do it. I'll go to Cabo. Thank you so much, Mr. Van Doren. Have a great day.
Have a great tour.
And congratulations on Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, Mr. Van Doren, the centerpiece of the show. How about a couple hundred pair of Vans made, a whole bunch given away today, 5 right there in the segment, P, and we keep it going. We still got to give away the $1,000 gift card to Barbecues Galore, the 50-inch TV from Westinghouse, and, of course, make sure you register for the Chevy at am570lasports.com/Chevy.
Hang with us.
AM 570 LA Sports.
We'll be right back.
There's nothing.
We good? We back? Yeah. We missed the Golden Gate 5, which is running right now. But I think we can get something in the next 3 minutes. We got Prairie Meadows at TVG. That's a quarter horse race now, as we're cleaning up after our last mess now that we're done with the Steve Van. Oh, here we go. They're getting them into the gate right now. Quick. Create bet. And, we're giving away Rockin' Brews $100 gift cards. So, come on. Come on. Give me the... All right, here's what we got, P. We got Crazy Train. Here we go. All right, Exacta Box. Yeah, real quick. They're loading them in right now. Here's what we got. Valles y Bezos. Crazy Train.
Beso is the keyword. Call 866-987-2570. We're giving away 2 $100 gift cards to Rockin' Brews. We love Rockin' Brews.
We're in.
Beso.
We got the 3, we got the 4, and we got the 7, and these are quarter horses, so it's going to be finished by the time we're done with this.
Beso.
They're loading them all in right now. Prairie Meadows, race 1. Here we go. 3, the 4, and the 7. Yeah. This is where's give me one of these. Come on, let them go. Look at this. They got all the. Oh wow, the jockeys are wearing masks in the paddock. Look at that. They shoot. Here we go. They're loaded up. We got the 3, the 4, and the 7. Got this. Come on. Get in there.
Your bony ass sounds like Spicoli's soul.
Come on.
Damn it!
Son of a bitch. Here we go. All right, Prairie Meadows, quarter horses. We're still filming, right? All right, here we go. We got the 3, we got the 4, we got the 7. Exacta Box. Come on. Oh, boy, the 7 looks bad. Here we go. Quarter horses. Come on. It's a sprint. All right, I see the 3 and the 4. The 3 and the 4 looking good. 3 and 4, 3 and 4. Come on, 3, come on, 4, come on, 4, come on, 3, come on, 4, come on, 3, come on, 4. Come on. God. Every fucking time.
Jesus.
Every time.
Do this?
The goddamn 2 comes out of nowhere. The 3 and the 4 are right there, and then the 2.
The guy just bet the quarter horses and he can't believe it went wrong.
Unbelievable. Every time.
Shit.
We had it, too.
Shit, yes.
Huge payday. That race took 15.6 seconds, and we had it. You know what, though? Maybe the 2 gets bounced. Seriously, look at this replay.
Oh,
God. It's coming apart. Look at that fucking 2 that comes out of nowhere.
Easy.
Oh, man, we gotta reset here.
Hi, Steve Van Doren. Enjoying some pizza here. Who knew? Vans and pizza. But anyway, Petros, Money, Kate's, I'm going to be sending you some. Let's party.
Surfing's not a sport. It's a way of life, no hobby. It's a way of looking at that wave and saying, hey, bud, let's party.
Thank you, Mr. Van Doren, for the pizzas. We couldn't be happier if Phoebe Cates served them to us at the mall.
Well, actually,
probably would be a little bit. You know what? A big thank you to you for being a part of the Petros and Money Chevy Virtual Summer Tour for the 5th time. 5 pair of signature Petros and Money vans going to be given away today, courtesy of you, Mr. Van Doren. And this pizza, it's for us.
Where's your name tag?
The fighting spirit is one we all share. Amanda Nunes wears hers with pride. From standing up for herself against the doubters, to being the only woman in her MMA training gym. Amanda refused to let stereotypes get in her way. Whether inside the octagon or out. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo, the official beer of UFC.
Hang with us. AM 570
LA Sports.
We'll be right back.
We were rolling with the skaters, and the skaters were down with the punks, and the punks were making music. And the next thing you know, we're going to skate punk shows, hardcore shows, metal shows, whatever shows. Then we started putting on our own shows, bringing the underground to the main stage, and uniting a nation of millions under a checkerboard flag.
Keep watching. Your chance to win a pair of Vans Petros and Money limited edition shoes is next.
A big thank you to Chef Merito. Muchas gracias, Chef, the official seasoning of the Petros and Money Show.
Hi, guys, and we're back with our gift basket giveaway. We're throwing in our chicken, meat, and fajita marinade, our delicious seasonings, meat, chicken, fish, and fajitas. We've got the measuring spoon for perfect measurements, 2 beer koozies so that you can stay cool, and our gift to you, a $100 Visa card. So don't forget, enter to win.
Stay here at YouTube or Facebook.com. Type AM570 LA Sports into that search box.
It's important for our youth to know they have a choice to be themselves. Grog it out, Vic. Let's grog it, everybody.
Grog it out, Vic. Petros and Money.
We are back. It's the number 5 PMS Virtual Chevy Summer Tour right here on AM 570 LA Sports. You're home of the Dodgers. If you're a winner, you're watching on Facebook and YouTube because that is how you win all the cool prizes we've been giving away all day.
I mean, we're an hour, 6 minutes into this thing, and we've already given away, 11 pair of Vans, a Westinghouse 50-inch 4K Roku HD TV, a Philippe's family pack, and 2 $100 gift cards to Rock and Brews. Already.
And
That's missed.
We're not even halfway done, and we just had Mr. Van Doren on giving away these brand new PMS Series 5 vans. We did talk to my dad in the first hour of the show, but the centerpiece of the show is still headed our way, Matt.
We have Tony Hawk in our very next segment. Tony Hawk, the greatest skateboarder, at least the most impactful skateboarder, the most impactful athlete to his sport of all time. Still keeping it going. New Tony Hawk Pro Skater coming out, of course. All the stuff he's doing with skate parks across the country. The rebound of skateboarding after it was dormant for about a decade. So much of it attributed to Tony Hawk and what he has meant to that sport. So he is going to join us in the very next segment, courtesy of really the man who's behind this 5th tour stop, Steve Van Doren, and all of our friends over at Vans.
We love Vans. We love what they do for us. We can never, as Matt said earlier in the show, very, very poignantly, we cannot quantify what Vans has done for our show and what our relationship with Steve Van Doren means to us. But we are eternally grateful. We also love Chevrolet, since it's the Chevy Summer Tour, and we give away a truck at the very end of it. Log on right now at AM570 lasports.com/Chevy and sign up to win that brand new sweet Chevy Silverado, and you can see it on a lot of the stuff we have on YouTube and Facebook during the breaks and the giveaways. So still to come, the $1,000 gift card to Barbecues Galore, Vans for a year.
That's the big one that was shared with us this morning. We had no idea that we were going to do 12 pair of Vans. That's what Vans for a year means. Now, a lot of us have a pair of shoes, and they can last a year. You treat them right. But no, you get a new pair of Vans every single month for a full year. That's going to be given away toward the end of the show. We're still going to give away, you mentioned, the $1,000 gift card to Barbecues Galore. Think about big ticket items.
Not just the barbecue aisle.
Barbecue store. You can get that big green egg, that pizza oven, the Green Mountain Grill, a Weber, the Turbo 4 burner, all of those things available to you with $1,000 and more. And look, if you got yourself a great outdoor setup, get all the accessories, all the great stuff that Barbecues Galore has, patio furniture. They got stuff like that. So that's still to be given away. And the Chef Merito prize pack with the $100, not prize pack, the gift basket which kind of.
Well, it's got a little bit. Well, that's what we have a little bit of a self-report to make here. A double self-report, really.
A little destructive.
Self-report. Double up.
Things got a little ugly here.
Report. Someone is violating.
There it is, the second one, yeah.
Self-report.
We started beating up on the set for some reason during the breaks.
Well, because Weiss upset us with what he was
really
doing.
upset you.
He really did.
Like I didn't notice until you called him out, but you're right, it's annoying.
It was nonstop.
And so then we started, and they brought down a surfboard from
Kiss FM,
which is JoJo's surfboard, the afternoon guy, right? And we started beating stuff up. Matt hit the board.
And it got all
we
messed
started
up.
really wrecking stuff. So now we have a Jugo de Limon all over the place, and I mean we are a
bit of a mess.
Little bit of a mess. And the other self-report I want to say was that one of the big topics in our last summer tour was that Tim Cates was sneaking El Jimador tequila. And sniftering it, and
he really got after it last week.
Getting a little lit up, before
really got after it last week.
And Morongo Casino Dodgers on Deck is coming up next at 5:30. Dodgers take on the Angels tonight. Cates has got to interview Vin Scully, of all people, but I do have to
There's a reason why Don Martin's here today, because he's going to sit and monitor.
Sure.
He is going to monitor that interview.
I do have to self-report, because what people didn't know was that even though Cates took a few bites out of that tequila bottle last week, the El Jimador Reposado here, I stole it
and
put it in my bag, even though it had already been opened.
And that thing was empty.
I know. I opened it up, and now it's empty. But the self-report is like, I was like, yeah, Cates is a drunk, while I was putting the bottle into my bag, taking it home, and finishing its remnants. And I don't feel bad about it, because we have a whole new full bottle. We have a full bottle right here.
Exactly.
And you know what? I'm going to jack that one, too. Self-report. Someone is filing.
So, Kate,
self-report.
You better get your bites out of that apple before 5:30, because that thing's going home this weekend.
Now, one of the best developments of today is what we will call the word of the day, I guess.
He heard me with his words.
The word of the day.
Today's word of the day is thwart, as we have thwarted somebody who truly bothers the crap out of Matt, and even more so, Tim Cates. But I don't even know if it's that order. I think Matt's the biggest hater of the prize hooker. And what we've been able to do is know and track the prize hooker's movements.
I think the YouTube has helped us. It has crowded the field to an extent that he can't make his way through.
He can't.
I think before, without the YouTube, here's
what happens is this, Matt. We take caller number whatever.
Exactly.
And if the prize hooker's number 5 and we just took caller number 6,
what are you gonna do?
We happen to pick up number 5 and be like, hey, sorry, prize hooker, even though you're online and you just thought you won.
You were caller 5.
You lost.
Exactly.
And that is a product, prize hooker, of you texting me nonstop, because we know your number. You better call from a different phone, prize hooker. You better get your mom's rotary going.
You better go to a payphone.
Oh,
you better go to a payphone.
Private detective style. See, because we don't. Hey,
you're probably going to get Hep C from that phone. But hey, maybe a pair of Vans is worth it.
You think you have power over us, prize hooker, and maybe that's true. In a BJ's or something,
right,
where you're collecting a bunch of tickets and we're just reading off numbers and we can't fight you properly. But we have the technology on our side. And you sent one too many secret textoso line texts, brother. And now we know your number. Now, I believe, did he get through?
Has he gotten through yet, Cates?
I have no idea. There's so many people calling right now.
See, that's what I love about the YouTube, is we're watching the feed. As soon as the keyword is shared, it shows up in the chat, and the phone lines are flooded. I think the prize hooker is such a prize hooker.
And the prize hooker is a guy who shows up at all our events and tries to win all the prizes.
Collects raffle tickets.
Really annoying about it. And now he's calling me and mocking me on the phone, but you put yourself in play doing that, prize hooker. Now you've exposed yourself and displayed yourself to the world like a hobo defecating in the gutter. We see your undercarriage.
Nothing you can do. Too many people calling. Too many. Is it Tommy?
What's one of those guys?
There's so many people calling, guys, that if you have a bad connection and I can't hear you, I got to go to the next person.
Oh, maybe that's what happened.
Got to go to the next caller.
I mean,
can't hear you, bad
it's not
connection.
fair to sit there and go, okay, move 3 steps over, let's get a better reception. I don't have time.
No, we don't have time for that.
Hey, your caller Fox.
You know, the more that we do this, and as Don Martin starts to move around the other room, we may never go to another bar again. Everything,
Virtual,
we get more people right here unless we go to the Meadowlands or Irvine Meadows. I mean, we get more people right here on virtually than we do anywhere else. So take that, prize hooker.
Hey, guys, how about this? You're going to go live on location, and we're going to film it.
Oh!
What do you think of that? What do you think of that, huh? I'm going to double dip.
Yeah, no, let's just add the element
double dip the yes out of this.
300 drunks. That won't make it chaotic. I mean, we can't even keep it together
get
with
the camera on
six
that
guys
Australian that's tackling people.
We've already wrecked freaking JoJo's hot dog board.
Whatever. That thing's been in a freaking closet for 10 years.
That board's for hot dogging.
It's got no wax on it. Whatever.
It's time for the word of the day. Number.
Here's my number.
Number of the day.
Number of the day.
Number of the day is 2.
Double up.
As in, thankfully, the Dodgers aren't in the NL Central because you'd be busting your ass playing a bunch of double headers to accommodate the freaking COVID Cardinals.
That's how it is, Matt. You got to move forward. Whatever it is, 7 innings. Let's go. Double header.
They have, if you've missed the news, they have played all of 5 games. They have not played a game in 17 days.
It's not because they did something irresponsible.
They went to a casino.
You didn't hear Joe Davis on the podcast with Ross Stripling or Rod Sterling or whatever.
That's what I don't like. Who is this Rod Stripling guy? What's he doing the interview for? Come on with a legitimate journalist who's going to ask you not softball questions instead of your teammate.
Joe Kelly said that the flight attendants are not tested. What if they give the Dodgers COVID and I come up with COVID and then they come up with a story how I went to a casino?
Here's my problem. I want the NBA players to weigh in on China. How about that?
Let's go.
How about the Muslims that are behind the barbed wire fences there?
I've heard
millions of them. Why don't you weigh in on that?
I've heard about these camps, Mad Dog, and I'm concerned about them.
It's one man's opinion, but I don't like it.
Hey, I don't like. No one likes a Muslim death camp less than Petros and Money.
That's right.
We hate a Muslim death camp.
Except for me. I'm your Muslim death camp show record.
All I'm saying is, Matt, that the Cardinals went to a casino.
They went to a casino,
but Joe Kelly
allegedly.
Joe Kelly said that could have been made up because a flight attendant could have,
thanks, Joe.
Given everybody the Rona.
Nice change-up. After testing positive for the COVID-19, they decided to hold off for 24 more hours instead of playing a game today. They even reached out to a third base coach to meet him in Chicago because they've been hit so freaking hard. They've even reached out to their players and saying, you know what, guys, maybe we don't take the bus. Maybe each of you drives your own car.
Oh, I like that. There's baseball teams like that. 21 guys, 21 cabs. They all hate each other.
86 Red Sox. Try to make it up to them. The MLB is saying, you know what, let's play 2, like all the time. They got 2 weeks' worth of games to make up. So starting tomorrow against your beloved White Sox.
Yeah,
They got a nooner followed by a 7 p.m.er. Then they're going to play one Sunday, stay in Chicago, doubleheader Monday, single game Tuesday, doubleheader Wednesday is the way they're trying to make this work so the Cards don't simply get bumped out of the 2020 season. Now, they still have to play and are scheduled to play doubleheaders against the Brewers, the Pirates, and the Detroit Tigers. So I guess, way to go, MLB, for not kicking them out altogether, MLS style, with that restart deal when they kicked 2 teams out because they had the COVID. But imagine if that was us. Imagine if that was the Dodgers in the NL West, and let's just say the wildly irresponsible Arizona Diamondbacks went to some patio happy hour, smoked a bunch of cigarettes in the 120-degree heat, came down with COVID, and next thing you know, we got double headers all over the place and no PMS. That's what they're dealing with out there in the Central.
Well, I got to say, Matt, I would embrace that and take it to Yosemite and just go relax. Go camping.
I love Yosemite.
What? What's wrong with that?
That's all.
I just got a tweet from the listener party. No, the prize hooker's pissed. We remember that your mother passed, prize hooker, and we're sorry for that. But
don't get your pair of shoes.
I told you that you should use your mother's phone. Okay? Sorry. They sent me a picture from the listener party, the distance party, and everybody's got a yardstick.
Oh yeah, they do. There it is.
And they're not doing what we would be doing with the yardstick, which is acting like it was our phallus.
Cracking it over somebody's head.
Let's have a penis sword fight with our yardsticks. Ronnie, it's time for the song of the day.
Brought to you by Rhino Music.
This is
Speaking of the listener party, RHINOmusic.com. You want to learn how to play the piano, the guitar, the bass, the drums?
Yardstick?
singing lessons, all available through rhinomusic.com. You do it from your home, Zoom, HD microphones, cameras, feel like you're sitting right there in the studio with those professional musicians. Do it now because you're going to get your first month double the lessons. That's $12.50 a lesson. These should be $50 a pop.
Somebody told me a hot Asian was at the listener party and Kate's left. He left.
He's taking Don Martin's Jag down to HP so he can get there in 20 minutes.
I'll drive shotgun.
Hit it, Blackmore! Hit it, Blackmore!
Fred and Kate's are driving down there.
Rhinomusic.com, $12.50 a lesson, $99 for 8 30-minute lessons right now. Ronnie, your song of the day.
Underwater is the title of today's song of the day from the Frogmen. The perfect fit for a Frogman Friday, right here on the Petros and Money Show, where the virtual Chevy Summer Tour is rolling live on your smart device via Facebook and YouTube. And your active participation is a requirement if you want to win some fantastic prizes, including some brand new vans. The 5th edition of the Petros and Money vans, courtesy of our friend Steve Van Doren. Then, coming up at 5:30, our friend Tim Cates will take over with Morongo Casino pregame show at 5:30. Freeway Series.
All right, if you are watching on YouTube or Facebook.
Oh, I got it. You got to click on the thing to register.
Exactly. You got to click on that link to register for the Chevy Silverado.
Two pages.
Very Vic the Brick style. 9 pages of paper for 3 words.
If
copy.
you are watching a YouTube or Facebook stream, page, line, click on the link on the bottom to register for the Chevy Silverado. Thank you, Ronnie. Song of the day brought to you by Rhino Music. We'll be right back with the great Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Stay with us. We're giving away prizes right now on the Facebook or YouTube stream.
Right now.
Hang with us. AM 570.
LA Sports.
We'll be right back.
Naked. We're here. 866-987-2570 is the number. We will give you the keyword in just a moment to give away that chef. No! God, no! God, no! We're going to give away the Chef Merito gift basket that unfortunately has fallen apart a little bit. There's your. Hold on, here we go. Ready?
Matt, pitch something to me.
All right, ready? 3.
What do we got? $100 gift card in the gift basket.
Ready? 3. 2.
What is that? Is that the
This
pollo?
is the carne.
Oh.
Carne.
Hey, serve up a meatball, Togo.
Here it comes. Ready? Oh! Then we gotta do it again. Back to back. Go. Here we go.
What is this one?
This is the I believe it is pronounced polo. Okay, it's like I used to wear polo back when I was in high school.
That's
a
big elite white guy sport. A big elite white guy sport.
The chicks were draped all over me.
They call me Spider.
Here we go. Ready? The polo.
Oh, small ball.
Oh, small ball. Hold on, we got one more. All right, here we go. Throw him the heat, meat.
Chuck and duck, meat.
Oh, right up the middle. 866-987-2. Oh, you know what you should do?
No.
Hit it with the surfboard. The keyword is
JoJo.
Is a JoJo because we ruined his surfboard. Here we go.
Hey, JoJo, what's it like having a 22-inch waist?
Here it comes. We shouldn't do it. We really shouldn't do it. But fuck it, man. I like
Come on, dude.
Don Martin just left. He's like, I'm not going to be here for this. I don't want any part of it.
That's not in my strike zone.
JoJo is the key word.
I got it good, huh? I
Now
gave my
look,
shoulder on that one.
the
guys.
basket was in really good shape for a little while, unfortunately. Here we go. One more, real quick. Ready? One more, real quick. Here we go. Hold on, ready? One more, real quick. Let's just get this one out. Oh, no! 866-987-2570 is the number for the basket in the cash jar.
It's Van's Trivia Time, brought to you by Azusa Pacific University, graduating game changers since 1899.
We sleep under the very blanket of freedom, checkered freedom, that Mr. Van Doren of Vans provides.
And this man right here is responsible for the fifth stop of the Petros and Money Chevy Virtual Summer Tour. Not only a couple hours of celebration, but an opportunity for you to win the fifth installment of the Petros and Money signature pair of vans.
This is Petros and Money.
I'm personal injury attorney James Bergener. Accidents can happen. If something happens to you or your family, call me. My firm and I will take you by the hand and guide you through everything. You see, personal injuries are just that. They're personal. You're not a number. You're more than just a name. This is your life. At my firm, each case is professionally and personally tailored to you. So if you've been injured, I've got your back. Call me now for a free consultation.
I did because you gave. I grew because you sowed. I created. I played. I taught. I climbed. I found Christ because I saw him reflected in you.
It's Tim Cage. Join me for Dodgers pregame tonight at 5:30, right after the show, with first pitch at 6:40. It's the Freeway Series, Dodgers and Angels. And now you can listen to every Dodger game for free on your smartphone or smart speaker. Just download the iHeartRadio app and search AM 570 LA Sports.
Hi, this is Steve Van Doren. Stay right where you are. You're going to get a chance to hear from our newest ambassador and skateboard legend, Tony Hawk. My dad had been making shoes for 20 years at another company, and at that point 10 years for Vans and stuff. So he was set in his ways, but at the same time, okay, no problem. We padded the collar, we put an outside heel counter, we used number 10 duck, which is the strongest canvas that you can use, back to 220 drill. So it was just a little bit beefier up.
I'm Henry Kid from Barbecues Galore. Keep watching for your chance to win $1,000 gift card to Barbecues Galore. And remember, Barbecues Galore, not just a barbecue aisle, a barbecue store.
Masks on. And if you're skateboarding, pads, gloves, helmet, and band shoes. Be safe. Live from the AM 570 LA Sports Studios in Burbank. This is Petros and Money. Hang with us. AM 570
LA Sports.
We'll be right back.
All right, Matt, here is our moment. For the first time ever, we've tried to have him on the show many times, and we've had many luminaries in all kinds of different sports. But to have this guy on is really a bucket list moment for our show in particular, and the fact that he's with Vans again and always has a great message and such a wonderful person. You can log on now on YouTube or Facebook. Watch us. We're giving away the special PMS 5th edition Vans right now, and the centerpiece for our show is right here on the Chevy Silverado Zoom Celebrity Hotline.
Well, you see it behind him, all the birdhouse decks. You think about the 900 virtually behind me going over my head here. Perhaps no one individual is more important to his or her sport like Tony Hawk is to skateboarding, especially considering the resurgence of the sport over the last decade and what it means to so many kids in so many communities. We'll get into that and how he gives back, the countless medals, all the success. We are darn excited to have him here on the Petros and Money Show. It is Tony Hawk. Tony, how are you?
Thank you. What's up, guys? What an introduction. I hope I live up to it.
No, come on. You live up to it every day. You walk the earth, Tony Hawk, with all the great work that you
Thank
do.
you very much.
We appreciate you coming on. First and foremost, we've had a great relationship with Vans for years. We are a Southern California show. Talk about your decision to get back with Vans and your relationship with our dear friend Steve Van Doren.
Well, I've always respected Vans for supporting skateboarding in the truest form. And they were the first pair of skate shoes I ever had. When I was 10 years old, I insisted my dad buy me some Vans. And it was before they made high tops. So my first pair of Vans were a pair of low tops. And then I got the add-on ankle guards, which you probably don't even know about. But that was how you made your shoes into a high top, was by an extension. And I was working with them the last couple of years on the Vans Park series. And that's kind of how I got reintroduced to everyone there. And we decided that after the finals of the Vans Park series, Steve said, "Hey, I think we should continue this relationship on a much more, a much more deeper level." And here we are.
When it comes to companies like that, like Vans, like what you're doing at Birdhouse and a bunch of other companies, how important is that in the push? And I said a resurgence. I don't know if that's the right word, but kind of where we're at with skateboarding today, because, man, it certainly seemed like we were in a heck of a lull for a little bit of time there. And man, it just feels like the sport is really flourishing right now.
I'll tell you what, I think the big boom came about 15 years ago for skating, where it reached the tipping point where it wasn't really at risk of falling or of going back underground in the way that it had been. But in the last, and I know it's obviously because of the situation and COVID and whatnot, but in the last 4 months, skateboard sales have taken off. People are stuck where they are. They are either picking up new hobbies or are finding themselves kind of inactive and wanting to do something, and maybe they have the space or a little bit of space for it. And it's crazy. We can't supply enough skateboards right now.
Jeez. And as you know, I mentioned, it's kind of a "this is your life" virtually behind me. It cracks me up every time I see this photo of the old.
Right there.
The fact that Lance was in a sweater and pleated pants is just unreal. It's you're ready to go.
It screams late 80s.
How much, we talk about it as an individual sport, but like how much of it is sort of a, not necessarily team, but you're motivated by your peers, by your contemporaries to push beyond, you see Mike McGill, the 540 to the 720 to the 900, and how much that plays into you becoming a better skateboarder.
Oh, I think that the beauty of skating is that it is an individual pursuit, but you have so much support from your peers. And we all feed off each other. And just like you said, like McGill was the first one to do the backside 540. And then we learned how to do it in different ways. And then I learned how to do 720 and eventually 900. But he created that spark. And Rodney is the perfect example, though. Rodney Mullen is like the godfather of modern street skating. And the stuff that he was creating literally on his farm in Florida on a little concrete pad is the stuff that you see all the kids doing now out on the streets.
The great Tony Hawk is our guest, and we love talking to him. It is our Vans version of the Petros and Money virtual Chevy Summer Tour. We have so many giveaways, from TVs to $1,000 gift cards to barbecues galore, and the new PMS Vans. You just mentioned it, Tony. A lot of people doing a lot of different things these days because of necessity. You did something pretty wacky. You went on a cross-country trip like Jack Kerouac with your family. Can you tell us about it?
I don't know if it was quite Jack Kerouac level, but we had actually talked about taking a road trip just before all the lockdowns, because our kids were coming home from college and they weren't going to stay in their cities. They weren't even going to college in their cities at that point. And so we thought, wow, we have all our kids home again. Let's do something that we've never done. And we decided that we wanted to see some American landmarks. That got squashed when all the American landmarks closed. And then when they reopened, we already had that plan on the back burner. And I was just thankful that Jones Soda offered us their huge RV to take the trip in if we just gave away sodas along the way. And that's exactly what we did.
Those are delicious sodas.
Darn right.
They are, yeah.
And another fine company based down in San Diego in Southern California. How much, because we see it, in all sports, right? And a lot of people got into international soccer because of FIFA. A lot of people got into football because of Madden, and a lot of people point to your game, to Pro Skater, as one of the big reasons why. You mentioned about 15 years ago that the kind of skateboarding had that big comeback. Can you kind of share I don't know if you want to call it an origin story of how that relationship came to be? And I don't know, were you skeptical about a Tony Hawk Pro Skater game? Like, how did this relationship start?
There was some buzz around that time. I'd say in 1997-ish, because the X Games were starting to flourish. And I got a couple of different calls from companies inquiring about doing a video game. And when I got the call from Activision, they're in Santa Monica, I'm in San Diego, so I drove up to their office, and they had a very crude version of what became Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. And I could just tell that was the game. Like, it was intuitive. The controls felt good. You didn't have to, it wasn't a steep learning curve. The funny thing is that they had just repurposed their engine they built for a different game called Apocalypse, starring Bruce Willis. So the first version I ever played of the game was Bruce Willis on a skateboard, with a gun strapped to his back.
And I assume that character can be found through some code or some sort of, right?
I don't think so. I
Really?
don't think they made any licensing deal. I think what happened was Apocalypse was a huge failure for them.
There we
So
go.
everyone just kind of wanted to forget about it.
And I know, it may not be what you think is appropriate for a sports talk show, especially considering this is a virtual summer tour event where a lot of people are having a good time. But I know, in terms of business, that was a pretty shrewd bit of business maneuvering that you did, I believe, when you made that deal with Activision, and maybe what it meant really for the success of your other companies moving forward. You kind of had a fork in the road of what you were going to do with how you wanted to get paid for that, right?
Oh, for sure. I think that the contract that I signed originally, they obviously didn't anticipate it to be so successful. Neither did I. So it was a good deal for me. But as the game was about to get released, they offered me a buyout of future royalties, which was more money than I had ever heard anyone speak to me in person, $500,000. And I thought, like, that it just seemed unreal that someone would say that to me. You know, the most money that I could even imagine was close to six figures, but not quite. And so I had to think about it, but I was in a position that I was just starting to make pretty good money as a pro skater again. I was still competing at the time. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to let it ride and see what happens. Cause I love this game. I'm in it for the long haul, and let's see what happens. And that was by far the best financial decision of my life.
You know, very interesting. Tony Hawk, one of the most unique athletes maybe in the history of the United States of America. And those old pictures that Matt was putting up, I mean, you've grown up in front of people kind of from the underground to the mainstream, and now you have college-age kids and all that. How do you keep in shape? How do you take care of your body? Because you've always kind of been forever young to all of us, even more so than Rod Stewart.
I think it's skating. That's my only secret. I skate almost every day still. It's what keeps me motivated. I'm not out there trying to break records or shoot video parts every day. It's just more staying active. And we have plenty of kids. They get us out surfing and snowboarding as well. So that's my only secret, really, and just not to indulge myself too much with, food, drinking, everything else.
We mentioned, and it's not just success and staying in shape and what you do for the skateboard community, but also what you just kind of do for communities in general. And I know that's something that you're doing now with the skate park and the Tony Hawk Foundation. And maybe if you could share with people, we got the photo up here of one of your grants. You're trying to build skate parks all around the country, and kind of what skate parks can mean to a community and why it is something that is so important to you.
Well, the skate park is where I found my voice and my people when I was young. So I always knew how lucky I was that I had a place like that to go, because there were very few places like that in the early 80s. In fact, there were only maybe 3 in all of the US, and I just happened to live near one of them. And so that was never lost on me, that I really found my sense of self there. So when I had the chance to have a voice that would have some reach, I wanted to make it about skate parks. And so we didn't really know what we were doing in the beginning. I just knew that I wanted to help cities that had kids that were definitely interested in skating, but maybe help them understand that this could really benefit their city as well, in terms of the city councils. And it took a lot of work. Like, there are still to this day city councils that have some strange stigma about skating and they don't want to support it. But what they don't realize is if they do build a park, it's going to get used sun up to sundown. And most likely they're going to want to build more because of what it provides to their community. And the sense of belonging and the sense of the sense that they're being looked after from the skaters. Because for the most part, up to that point, they have been told not to skate anywhere public and getting kicked out and getting ticketed and all these ridiculous things. And it's like they finally found the sport they love and they're told that they can't do it. So like I said, to date, we've helped to fund over 900 skate parks across the U.S. and some internationally, and given away, I think, closing in on $10 million. And we just recently changed the name to the Skate Park Project, because there was a lot of misperception that somehow I was funding all of these parks myself. And it was actually hard to get donations because of that. So obviously that was not the case. And I feel like having a name like the Skate Park Project gives it more reach anyway.
And all that accessible at tonyhawk.com. You can get links to Birdhouse, to skate park. I think it's skatepark.org as well. But just a much lighter fare off of that. Probably not a great transition, but I just it popped right there over your left shoulder, that iconic Tony Hawk logo. And if you can, maybe share with us. I mean, we're talking, 30, 35 years ago we saw it for the first time. Where did it come from? Did you come up with it? Was it a friend? How did that all start?
That was Powell Peralta, my sponsor. They had a really talented artist on their staff named Victor Court Johnson, and he came up with all the logos. So the one like the they call the skull and sword. There's a sword with a skull looking up. That was an iconic graphic. Steve Caballero with the dragon, and my graphic too. This is actually a sort of parody of it that we did for Eric Andre, if you're familiar with him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh, hey.
There are very few of these made.
That is very cool.
It's like a toucan nose.
Yeah. So,
great Tony Hawk, ladies and gentlemen. One of the all-time great people in sports, and we're really, really blessed to have him. Check out the skateboardproject.org, all the different stuff he has going on. We're so happy that he's back with Vans in a more meaningful way going forward. Tony, thanks for doing it, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
There you go.
Keeping it real.
Right here. We're giving away 5 pairs during the break. 5 pairs during the break coming up of the PMS Vans Special Series for this year's virtual summer tour. Coming up right now. Thank you, Tony. We'll be right back on AM 570 LA Sports. Your home of the Dodgers. Great sports talk continues on a Frogman Friday.
Hang with us. AM 570
LA Sports.
We'll be right back.
So wait a minute.
Does it bother you that there's all these different pairs of shoes that we've been told don't exist anymore, and yet
they're everywhere?
All these different PMS versions. There's like
1
pair,
2, 3, 4, all of them. They're all still here.
But you can't win these.
Wait, you know what?
We just gave away 5 though, right? Of the new ones.
We got a text. To some degree, we gave away 6 because Steve Van Doren texted in. I just saw in the chat, George Schemmerber says he wears a size 13 and was told he couldn't win. Bam, let's set him up.
Wow.
So, George, as you wrote in the
chat. Well, now all the big-footed dickheads around the world.
One only.
Well, that's not true because I wear a size 13 and they always accommodate me.
Well, I think what you're saying, though, is all the big dicks that are Gonna say I got big feet. I need shoes.
Well, I'm just saying,
He's not gonna give them to you.
I get a lot of can I get a size 15 PMS Vans? Can I get, hook me up?
Right.
They said they won't fit me, and now Steve Van Doren has released the Kraken.
I think
he's released the Kraken.
Now, do you remember that, Cates? Is that a legitimate call? Did someone call in and say they had a size 13 and he was told, no, you can't win? But no, I don't know if Colin told him that he couldn't. Well, whatever, George. Congratulations. You got yourself
Well, what
some
does
shoes.
Colin know? Colin's just a freaking temp today. He's supposed to He's supposed to be doing the Dodger board tonight, and we had to recruit him to answer the phone because we got too much shit going on.
Oh, his name is George Schmerber.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
So, but that opens up the floodgates for all the other Bigfoots.
Just
that's
George.
not cool.
Just George. Hey, it's up to Steve Van Doren.
You're right.
Steve texted in and said, I'm going to hook up George. Cates just walked in and said he wants to give away the TV right now.
Those are mine.
Which is crazy because we didn't tease it when Tony was on.
You want to give away the...
You sure you don't want to do it after James?
No, we gave away the TV, Matt.
I'm sorry.
We got to give away the $1,000 gift card to Barbecues Galore.
Yes, we gave away the TV.
Well, you can get a big green egg just like Joe Davis.
You want to do that right now? You don't want to...
Yeah, because next we have Vans for a year.
F it.
Next we have Vans for a year to give away. So right now...
Keyword Joe Davis. Let's celebrate that tomahawk steak. His brilliant grilling methods.
Cates loved his call last night on Mookie Betts'
third home run. He really liked it. It was a good call. Really good call.
So Joe Davis is the key, and you win the $1,000 gift card to Barbecues Galore, not just the barbecue aisle.
That's a barbecue store.
And they have everything you could ever need under the sun for your backyard needs. Barbecues Galore, and the marketplace in Irvine has the flagship store, Matt.
They do. That's the flagship store. They got a lot of stuff there. So I would shop there. 860.
Thank you for being part of the Vans family. Do you remember the first pair of Vans shoes you wore or you bought? I remember mine, it was a slip-on, but today I just got this new slip-on Simpson style, all these different colors.
Most important thing is we want to thank you, the listener and the viewer, for making this year's virtual Chevy Summer Tour record-breaking and special. We've got 3 more after this, and we love the fact that you're with us once a week and we're able to give away so much cool stuff, including the Vans. Did I mention the van?
Right now. Oh, look at Sweet James and shoes. Sweet James, Sweet James, Sweet James, Sweet James, Sweet James. One of the great personal injury attorneys in the history of the world, wearing a seersucker suit with t-shirts and a beard and tchotchkes at 800-881-2021. He has been, driven up by our host, Steve Van Doren, the proprietor of the Vans headquarters here. And here he is, Sweet James Bergener, the dead spirit of justice, with his own shoe and his own cool attitude and brand right here on the Chevy Silverado Celebrity headset. What's cracking, Sweet James? How are you?
I'm accident attorney James Bergener. Look, these times may be unprecedented, but they are not uncertain. You see, this nation is made up of people just like you. You have family, you have friends and others that depend on you. And even remotely, you get the job done. So do I. If you've been injured in an accident, I've got you. We'll get through this together.
Make sure if you want to stream the Dodgers on the iHeartRadio app, you type in the right thing.
More doubles.
No.
Oh, AM 570 LA Sports is what you type in. You get the app, you get Dodger games for free right there at your earlobes.
You need to sign up to win this Chevy Silverado. Go to am570lasports.com, keyword Chevy.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
Land on both feet. And now back to the Petros and Money Virtual Chevy Summer Tour. Hang with us.
AM 570
LA Sports.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Petros and Money is on the air on AM 570 LA Sports. A little bit of an issue playing our James Bergener interview.
Zoom call.
Off the Zoom, but we do have the Sweet James prize pack to give away at the very end of this segment, and we still have a lot more to give away as far as the shoes go, and not just the new PMS Listener Series vans, which are popping off at Series 5 throughout the day. But we have a really special gift from Vans that we're not going to give away till next segment, and it's a super cool gift.
And it'll be in the middle of the segment. How about that? We'll even give you the details in the middle of the segment. If you hit up youtube.com and you type AM570 LA Sports into the search bar, we will hold up a key word / key phrase to the camera when you call in 12 pair of Vans. One per month, a year of Vans is what we're going to be giving away. In the very next segment, when we do our fun fact, our Dead and Alive Guy birthday of the day, our PMS Dodger pregame, as we make our way to Tim Cates for the Freeway Series against the Angels for the first time this shortened season.
And you mentioned Vin Scully, yeah?
I did not.
The great Vin Scully with Tim Cates tonight, courtesy of one of the great car companies of all time, and they never lose an F1, except for last week. We'll see what happens in Bartha this weekend. But we have got a great interview with Tim Cates and Vin Scully coming up tonight.
That is right. That'll be on the 5:30 p.m. start of the pregame. First pitch at 6:40 p.m. After a 3-homer night from Mookie Betts.
AM570LAsports.com/Chevy. AM570LAsports.com. Keyword Chevy is where you go right now to have a chance to win the brand new Chevy Silverado. We will pick up our fifth finalists this week, and we will have 8 when it's all over, and somebody is going to win a brand new Chevy Silverado. How are we going to give it away? I just don't know, Matt. In the past, we've had guys that forgot to turn the key. In the past, we've had a few different things have gone down.
Sure. Look, it's a live event. We do it live. Anything can happen, just like this. Sometimes things get a little wonky, and here we are. Holding the bag!
And then people start playing the blame game. And Tim Cates runs down the hall like a crazy person, and I'm standing right there.
Right.
And he just screams right in my face, just put the COVID right all over me. Matt, I got a secret Textoso line text. Speaking of Chevy.
Sold out to Chevy.
Yesterday, Matt exposed me to... I exposed Matt to something, but not before he exposed me to something. Matt started asking me about Russell Wilson, because I go on the radio in Seattle once a week for a few years now, and he asked me what kind of Russell Wilson sound they play. And I told him about the, hey, Easter Sunday, girl up in here bring her hair, and hey, Seattle. But I had never heard Mr. Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Yeah, and I got this text on the secret Textoso line, and this pretty much sums up a lot of my feelings just about hearing Russell Wilson speak. Not watching him play. Great player. But hearing him speak. Hearing Mr. Unlimited makes me want to crash and burn. Fire and hell. Save me.
I think a lot of people felt that way.
We hope you don't feel that way.
Wildly cringeworthy.
Here's Mr. Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited. Yeah, you got to be unlimited. You know, you got to have a thought process of being unlimited. So when people ask you, you know, what you're thinking about or what you want to do in life or where you want to go, you got to be unlimited. Tell them, I'm unlimited. You know what I mean? So when they ask you certain questions like,
who brings you motivation, Russell?
That's his girl, because he has no other friends.
Unlimited.
Who's your role model, Russell?
Unlimited.
Who is your go-to person for advice, Russell?
They think Pete Carroll, they think this person, think that person. Love you, Pete, but it's Mr. Unlimited.
Unlimited potential with the Sweet James prize pack headed your way during the break.
Yeah,
Sweet
James
Bergener, the dense beard of justice, the greatest personal injury attorney of all time. We got a little screwed up trying to fire off his segment. 800-500-5200 is Sweet James's number. If you've ever been in a car accident, motorcycle accident, if a dog has bitten your balls, or if Mr. Unlimited stole your baby mama, give him a call. 800-500-5200 or sweetjames.com. Let the dense beard of justice come through for you. And we can, hey, look, we'll take that technical faux pas in stride.
Right in the chest.
And we'll finish the next segment strong.
Right in the sternum.
We got to finish strong, man.
Got to. We got Dead and Alive. We've got a pair of vans to give away every single month for a year to one listener. Yes, Kate?
You don't think James is going to sue us for...
Probably.
Well, he can get in line with Solo Sports.
Whoa!
Bitch.
Probably.
Hey, Sweet James prize pack. We'll give you the keyword to start calling in a moment.
Hang with us.
AM 570
LA Sports.
We'll be right back. Hang with us. AM 570.
LA Sports.
We'll be right back. Hang with us. AM 570.
LA Sports.
We'll be right back. Stream us on Facebook Live and YouTube for your chance to win tons of prizes.
Looking forward to seeing you guys on YouTube.
Including the biggest prize of them all, a brand new Chevy Silverado.
He did it! Oh my God, he did it!
And now from our studios in Burbank, Petros Papadakis and Matt Money Smith.
Well, it happened, Matt. We thought we were cruising. We were like that chick in Starship Troopers, you know. She killed a bunch of the bugs, and she's running back to the helicopter, and then right through her chest, a bug leg. We did hit a technical issue, but we're still in great shape. A big thank you to our crew, Eric, Social Matt, Ricky. Of course, we have Colin Yee answering phones today, our engineer, Ronnie Fascio, and the great Tim Cates, ladies and gentlemen, at Tim Cates.
Bang up, crew.
on Twitter. We're very happy to be together on AM 570 LA Sports, the iHeartRadio app. But more importantly, for this purpose, Matt, the stream.
YouTube.com, Facebook.com, still going strong. And between now and 5:25, when we sign off to hand it over to Tim Cates for Dodgers on Deck, we're going to be giving away through the holding up of a piece of paper and a keyword or key phrase.
In this segment.
Because
coming up next is Morongo Casino Dodgers on Deck with Tim Cates and Vince Scully, and we're done.
We're going to be on for 20 minutes straight.
Angels versus Dodgers, and then we're done.
20 minutes left from now until we sign off and hand it over to Tim Cates. You will see a sign held up on the YouTube or Facebook.com broadcast. Type in AM 570 LA Sports into the search bar. When you see that keyword / key phrase, you'll call 866-987-2570, and you could win vans for a year. A pair of new vans every single month for 12 months.
And that is coming up.
That's coming up.
After this, the final hour fun fact.
In effect, it's the hour 3 fun fact.
Vans synonymous with skateboarding. Big thank you to Tony Hawk, who joined the show in the last hour. But did you know, friend of the show, came on multiple times in studio once, brought us a bunch of skateboards, Mike Vallely.
Yeah, I remember Mike Vallely.
Pretty much changed skateboarding forever. His idea, well, his and his board shaper, Chuck Holtz, with World Industries and his street plant barnyard deck back in 1989, over 30 years ago, was the first to have the double tail, where the nose looked just like the tail, and basically, as you can see...
Changed my life in skateboarding, I'll tell you that.
The Vans skateboard now, that is how they are all made.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Symmetrical, and that is all courtesy of the idea that our friend Mike Vallely had with his barnyard / farm board back in 1989.
All right, here's what we're going to do. Since we shot our own Puzo off a little bit, technically, we still have, because it's paid for, to play the Sweet James interview, but you're going to be wildly entertained by it. And then we're going to come back.
We ask the best questions.
Without a doubt.
And
Fred. Sweet James has the best laugh when we ask those questions.
Damn right he does.
And then we're going to give away the Vans every month for a year, which is the coolest prize ever, and do the Dead and Alive Guy birthday of the day and get it to Tim Cates, and more importantly, Tim Cates with Vin Scully and David Vassay with Ross Stripling. So right now, here is Matt and me with Sweet Jane.
Petros and Money, fifth lap of the Chevy Virtual Summer Tour continues, going until 5:30 p.m. Remember, you have got to be on YouTube. You've got to be on Facebook in order to win all of these great prizes, including those Sweet James prize packs that we're going to give away in the very next commercial break. We got the $1,000 gift card to Barbecues Galore still to come. We've got multiple 5-pair. Now, we're not giving you 5-pair, but we're going to give away 5-pair to 5 different people of Vans, the Petros and Money signature Vans, as we continue through the show. And, of course, the 50-inch 4K Roku HD TV from Westinghouse and a host of other prizes. But you have to check out YouTube.com or Facebook.com and type AM 570 LA Sports into the search bar. That will get you to the live link for you to win all these great prizes.
Well, joining us right now is a man about as badass as the one that's right behind Matt on his screen, and I'm talking about one of the great personal injury attorneys of all time, Sweet James Bergener, the dense beard of justice, whose beard is so dense, if your opponent gets caught up in that thing, they won't get out of that litigious jungle until they settle. 800-500-5200. He's always a big supporter of the Petros and Money Chevy Summer Tour. You see the highlights over the years. And here we are via Zoom. What's poppin', Sweet James? How are you?
Man, I'm happy. I'm glad we're doing this tour even virtually. So it's
now you have an incredible tan right now.
Do I really?
Not color, and so does. And you got your chest out to show it. And Matt Smith is also dealing with at least a facial tan.
Exactly. He's a surfer now.
In Matt's life. You know, I've seen Matt come back from Hawaii with some color, and I've seen him come back from Europe with some color, but never have I seen him roam America with that kind of hue to his skin.
It's got that blonde, tousled beach boy look, you know.
I know where he's been because I see him every day. Where the hell have you been, Sweet James?
Just a little rocking and rolling. No, I think it's a filter, right? Right, that we got going on, Bill? A little tan filter going on.
And you got your chest out, too.
From Monaco or anywhere like that, Sweet James? You didn't just
we can't travel anywhere.
You didn't take a clandestine trip to Mexico, Sweet James? I've known a couple people that went on down to south of the border, down Mexico way.
I did not go down to Mexico, no.
All right. Well, while you were gone in Mexico, college football was canceling, and my living was being crushed along with the dreams, more importantly, of a lot of young men. And it's being done, we're told, to keep people safe and protect these young athletes. There's a lot of liability talk and lawyer talk, Wapner talk about what might happen. You might be face-to-face with Wapner if you play football and you get sick and the kids sue the school and now the school's in a world of hurt. What say you on this topic, Sweet James?
Those waivers aren't going to do much. It's dangerous. But do we want to play football or do we want to play football? Do we want to play sports? Do we want to see sports? The professional leagues are doing it. I don't know why the college can't either.
Do you know this guy, Tom Mars, that we talked about yesterday? Apparently, he's some giant attorney in the world of college sports. He's got an army of plaintiff lawyers that he says are just licking their chops to get after these schools. So are they actually, they're rooting for these schools to play and for kids to get sick? That's the way that quote read that we talked about yesterday.
That's how it seems.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between a kid that gets sick at a college, at a university from COVID, and let's say gets really sick? Doesn't happen a whole bunch, but we know it does. Let's say a kid gets really sick playing football, or a kid gets really sick from going to the dorms and just being on campus as a normal student. I mean, it's a very lucrative business on both sides, college football and universities and their tuition. How are the universities liable for one and not liable for the other?
That's going to be exactly proving where did this athlete get COVID doing the sports, or was it just hanging out? Was it out at the restaurant with his friends on a Friday night? Proving where anybody contracted it is going to be nigh impossible. It is going to be very, very difficult. So I think it's a bit reprehensible to just line up and be excited to sue people for that. I don't see it going anywhere.
Would it be negligence, though, James? Is that what they're going to try to prove? Hey, look, the Pac-12 and the Big Ten canceled, the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12 didn't, and that's on you, and this is why we're coming after you.
Sure, those will be the arguments. But the other arguments are professional sports were able to do it and do it correctly and well. Some schools are opened up, and they're handling it well. So it's where did you contract it? How are you going to prove it? I mean, it's just going to be very, very difficult.
Can I sue university for not letting my kids back on campus because my bandwidth is getting absolutely crushed from all the Zooms that are going on in my house right now?
You're lagging in Call of Duty.
My gosh.
Your KD's going down.
It is. I've never looked so horrible. The pinwheel is a constant fixture on my computer because of no bandwidth.
Yeah, we'll see your kids. We'll see.
I have a feeling I have to be responsible for that if, in fact, you win.
Hey, I know you can't talk about specific cases, Sweet James, because we trust your discretion. That's why we tell people to call 800-500-5200 and support the dense spirit of justice. But have you ever had a case where you have to go after somebody's dad or somebody's kid, and you're right in the middle of the two families in court, and it's hot, just like a Wapner-style deal?
Do you know what? We've had a couple of things like that, and we've handled them really, really well, and been able to have it happen without any animosity and stuff like that. So we navigate those waters really well. Yeah, we're familiar with that.
It doesn't end with everybody hugging in court with tears.
Close enough. Close enough. Yeah. There's no gunfire at the end of it, though. That's the important part.
What if I go to Russia to train for a fight on Christmas Day? And the cabin that I'm staying in, and I want to do sit-ups on the loft, and let's just say
you have some experience with the law in that part of the world. I know you do.
Let's say this as I'm hanging off that loft, and I'm trying to just really activate my abs. That loft just collapses, and I come crashing down to the floor. How do I go about suing a landlord in another country when I'm an American citizen and they're at fault?
Well, that pushes the fight. That pushes the fight to the spring.
It does. That fight's not going to happen on Christmas Day now.
It's a Valentine's Day fight.
Exactly.
Suing for personal injury in other countries is remarkably different, especially in Europe. Here in America, you call me, I'm free. I work on contingency. I don't win, you don't pay. In Europe, you have to post a bond. You have to pay money to sue, even if you're completely in the right. It's a very, very difficult and expensive process, which eliminates a lot of people that aren't able to get compensation for acts that happen.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, that sucks bad.
Hey, he took a risk going to Russia. Everybody.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta know that. Adrian didn't want him to go.
The great Sweet James Bergener, 800-550-200. You love the dead spirit of justice and what he represents on this show. Perry Mason said it in his episode on HBO last week. No one confesses on the stand unless they're face-to-face with the beat. Thank you, James, and we love you. We'll talk to you soon, man.
Love you, boys. Take care.
There he goes, Sweet James
There he
Bergener.
goes. There he goes. I'll say it again.
Goes.
All right. We fulfilled that obligation and talking to our dear friend, the dead spirit of justice, Sweet James Bergener. We're back. AM 570 LA Sports, Matt Money Smith, myself, the Petros and Money Show Chevy Virtual Summer Tour. Log on now on am570lasports.com/Chevy and sign up to win that brand new truck. But, Matt, we are all about the vans and Mr. Van Doren in the 5th series of the Petros and Money Show Van Shoe. And right now,
here comes the keyword.
The keyword.
You got to be watching on YouTube.
Vans for a year. Free vans every month for a year. This is our grand prize today. Free vans every month for a year. Matt Money Smith right now on YouTube and Facebook watching everybody with bated breath as he writes with his Sharpie. I can smell the fumes, and he's going to hold up the sign.
Hold on a second real quick.
I'm so effing large.
Bitchin'.
All right, what do you got? Hold it up. Let me see what it says. Oh, God. Hold it up.
There it is.
There it is, everybody.
YouTube.com, Facebook.com. I'll hold it up here. Type AM570 LA Sports into the search bar.
That's going to be the free vans for a year. Free vans for a year.
You call, you got the right phrase, and you got yourself one pair of vans every month for the next 12 months. There it is.
And a big thank you to our crew, Eric, Ricky, and Matt, Social Matt, and Ronnie Fascio, Colin Yee, our executive producer, Tim Cates, will have Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck in the very next segment. He will take you up to first pitch at 6:40, and Vince Scully is going to join him. Ross Stripling, that's actually his name, is going to be on with David Vassay in Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck. A big thank you to Tony Hawk, Steve Van Doren. We got that James Bergener in. They couldn't stop us. We still have a couple more pairs of shoes to give away as Matt gives us the dead guy birthday of the day.
Dead guy birthday of the day. He's your Huckleberry. Happy would have been 169th to John Henry Holliday.
Oh.
Doc Holliday.
La Dentista.
Dentista, close friend of Wyatt Earp, one of the most feared shots in the Wild West, even though after closer examination and research, it was discovered he only killed 3 people. Shot a bunch others up, but only killed 3.
Well, that's cool. That's humane.
I think so. They did say he was a terrible drunk, an angry drunk.
Well, he also was a lunger.
And they said if he ever got into a little fist fight, he'd get his ass kicked by everybody. That he couldn't beat up the equivalent of about a 12-year-old.
Can't breathe well, Matt.
Degree in dentistry at the Pennsylvania College of Dental Surgery there in PA. Started practicing in Georgia, but thanks to his mom having and succumbing to tuberculosis when he was just 15.
Wow, it really ran in the family, the lungers.
That's how he got it. Taking care of his mom. Got the lunger. And he headed for the Southwest as it was believed the desert climate would ease his symptoms. Stopped over in Dallas, opened to practice. Damn successful. Until he started coughing all over some folks. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. We can't play all the Get Up Kids holiday. That's
but it's a good song, though.
It is. One of my favorites. Became a skilled gambler with his coughing fits, screwing up his ability to keep patience. He turned to gambling full-time, hightailed it out of the state of Texas. When he shot up a saloon during a card game, made it to Denver, called himself Tom Mackey, but again, card game, gunfight. Holiday showed up some dude named Bud Ryan by shooting him up.
A pattern. I think that was in the opening of Tombstone.
A little bit. I got to get out of here now because I just shot that guy up. To Cheyenne, Wyoming, Deadwood, South Dakota, back to Texas, where you guessed it, 1877, disagreement over a card game with Henry Kahn, beat the hell out of him. And Earp entered the picture in Fort Griffin, Texas, chasing a guy that robbed a train, showed up in the saloon. All the cowboys drew their arms at Earp. Doc Holliday put his gun to the head of a man who was leading the charge, I guess, against Wyatt.
I see a red sash. I killed a man wearing it.
And they became fast friends. They went through New Mexico, fought the Royal Gorge War together. Holliday pulled in $10,000 for that, moved to Nevada, opened a saloon. However, Earp sent for him, said, I need you in the Arizona territory. So he showed up with his friend, most famous fight, of course, October 26, 1881. Virgil, Wyatt, Morgan Earp, their just deputized friend Doc Holliday. 15 by 20 wide lot on Fremont Street between Fly's boarding house and the Hardwood House. Holiday was boarding at Fly's and figured these cowboys were there to kill him.
That's not what I want!
Holiday killed Tom McLaury with a shotgun blast to the side. Frank,
here to disarm you boys,
was on Fremont Street, challenged Holiday, yelling, "I got you now!
I got you now, you son of a bitch!"
Holiday's reported to have replied, "Blaze away! You're a daisy."
If you do.
And indeed, he was a daisy because he died of shots to his stomach and behind his ear. Holiday also wounded Billy Clanton. And, next thing you know, Morgan got ambushed. Virgil got ambushed. Morgan killed. Virgil permanently disabled.
Still got one good arm to hold you with.
And the Vendetta riots killed a bunch more folks. Wyatt doing most of the damage. Signature kill, though, allegedly July 14th, 1882. Johnny Ringo found dead with a bullet hole in his right temple and a gun hanging from his finger. Mostly it was suicide and not Doc Holliday.
What?
He died in Colorado, 1887 at 36.
I won't have you saying that.
His last words, though, were, in fact, it's just funny.
Because he was in his bare feet. He expected to die with his boots on.
And instead,
he was just laying there in the hospital bed.
That's that.
Andrew from Chatsworth is not taking it laying down. He's the winner of the Vans for a year. Way to go, Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew.
Matt, beating out our friend Magic Johnson. And thanks for all the tweets and the championships. And our friend Mark Gubaza. Gooby! I want to suck. Just to taste all the... Is Jamaican news, Matt. Jamaican news.
Jamaican news.
You know what? Is that what happened? Are we that?
It's Jamaican news.
I get a Jamaican crooner today, Matt, as we head toward the City of Hope Dodger pregame. Hey, how about one more? One more pair of Vans right here. That's a keyword for what Matt did to JoJo's board there. It says ding the board.
Ding it.
Yeah.
Ding it.
Ding the board. Matt will say it's Thriller U today. Eustace Hamilton, that's how you get the U. Thriller U is 51 years old today, born in Kingston, and went to school in Spanish Town. Here he is doing the Careless Whisper. Very popular in Jamaica as a crooner. Has a group called Lust with some other famous Jamaican singers, Lukey D, Tony Curtis, singing melody. And I looked at my library whenever I see singer who's pretty obscure, and I had only one Thriller U song, a collaboration with Sizzla, okay. and I had one song by Lust, which is his soulful Barry White looking Jamaican singer group.
Which is what this is, or no?
This is just Thriller U doing Careless Whisper, which Tim Cates really appreciated. Still available for dubs, jingles, interviews, and booking.
Okay.
I looked up Thriller U's Instagram. Thriller U, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. One more pair. One more pair right now. Ding the board. Ding the board. Ding it. Ding it. One more pair of the Vans. It says ding the board. Yeah, it was upside down. I don't give an F.
Batter up. We're taking the afternoon off.
It's time for the PMS City of Hope Dodger pregame, and City of Hope physicians and researchers are relentlessly working to do great things. Powerful science into life-saving new cancer treatments. Learn more at cityofhelp.org. We got the Freeway Series tonight.
Dodgers, so the Angels going to tag go after the Dodgers beat the Padres last night 11-2. They hit 6 home runs. 3 from Mookie Betts. He joins Sammy Sosa and Hall of Famer Johnny Mize as the only other 2 players in MLB history to have at least 3 home runs in at least 6 games in their career. 6 different games, that would be. Clayton Kershaw going to be on the mound.
Taking on the guy from ABC, Fukazaki's backup guy.
The pitching matchup.
Jeannie Velasco's husband.
Shouldn't be the backup.
What's that, Matt?
Nothing.
Did you say something about the hierarchy of sports guys at ABC?
You know, some people prefer some guys more than others.
Who's on? Monday Night Live. Coming up next, it's Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck with our hero, Tim Cates, who put on a great show and worked his ass off. Thank you, Colin Yee, for answering our phones. Thank you, Ronnie, for riding the waves.
Colin just had to sprint to the Dodger studio.
And our crack staff here, Matt.
Yeah, Eric.
Was a little battered today.
But hey, whatever.
But we came through the tunnel, you know?
That happens, man. Social Matt, Ricky, thanks for all the effort.
Hey.
Looked great today, all you viewers.
Bruce Willis didn't save everybody in the Nakatomi building without getting his feet all cut up.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. We love you. We'll be back on Monday.
Peace and love.
Hang with us.
AM 570.
LA Sports.
We'll be right back.